Welcome to Bridge the Gap. That's the interview show over here at Behind That Suit, where our goal is honestly to bridge the gap of knowledge, to talk to people who've been there, done that, but also to talk to youth who know shit that we don't, and everybody in between, MCs, producers, this is and that's, and kind of try to document everything we can and just learn collectively through your story. And that's our mission here tonight. But I like to start everything up with, like, you know, just kind of paying love and stuff. So once upon a time, I saw Coolman Logan drop this fucking mixtape, the second mixtape, or he shared it. I don't know if it was that he dropped it. He just fucking randomly shared it one day. And then I listened to it and I'm like, yo, this is fucking good. I didn't really know him. I didn't know how significant he was. And then I was like, cool, man, I'll make you a deal. If you send me the lyrics, I'll fucking review it. And then over the course of the next 2 to 3 months, he sent me about 80% of the lyrics and then just stopped. And I'm like, I'm
sorry
like,
about that.
But it was just like, I'm like, I got them and I was collecting
so much
them.
effort, and then I don't know what happened after that. I forgot.
But it's just like, it was so close to being done. And it would be like a week or two goes by and then I get another batch and I'm like, oh, I'm getting closer. And then it just ended up moving on. Now I'm fucking comfortable without lyrics and shit. But back then I was like, yo, I need the lyrics. I can't even do this.
So follow along. Yeah. But I appreciate your honesty. Like, people pretend to understand things. It's cool that you rather learn, you rather find out than pretend you know stuff.
Well, I mean, in a lot of ways, I'm a vulture if I'm not careful with how I proceed in this life, in this world that we're in with this hip hop culture. So at the very least, if I try to build around sharing knowledge and giving back to people, I mean, it's not inherently natural to me, but it's a direction I want to take my life. So this is just the way to do that super fucking public with like everybody involved. But yeah, having you around is great. So then I asked Coolman Logan earlier this year when I started to get busy with the interviews. And here's the thing, what I learned about Coolman Logan is he likes the Zoom better than he likes the leaving his apartment and coming across town to your crib at this point in life. That would be my like takeaway from that, because that's what I learned.
Strictly lockdown COVID reaction. While Cassius is on the Zoom, I want to say what up to
that's
big
cool.
Homie.
That's real cool.
The big little homie.
But basically, yeah. So it's not like disrespect, but I basically chased him all fucking year. And then we ended up at this EOW barbecue where I honestly felt really weird being there because there was a lot of people. And I was like, I don't know if this is a good look. I don't know. But Coolman Logan was there. And all I can remember from that is he was trying to roll a little thing. And
you saved the day for me that time.
He just couldn't find a spot. And I happened to have an extra little thing on me. So I'm like, you know what happens if I give Coolman Logan this joint? Coolman Logan is gonna feel really good about it.
I'll never forget Mr. Joint Giver.
And then I'm like, the next time I ask him for the interview, and he's gonna be down. But before I could even ask, he's like, "You son of a bitch, you're fucking smart. You gave me that joint. Now I feel like I have to do that interview with you." And I'm like, Coolman Logan's hilarious at that point. Honestly, since then we've gotten to know each other a little bit over the last while. We both participate heavy in the end of the week Sunday night Zooms, so I get to see him rap all the time. I've become a very sincere big fan of Coolman Logan. I think his music is wonderfully blunt. When I heard Just For the first time, it made me write a song in a similar topic vein. I even went as far as to make sure to include Indigenous women because you went as far as to include them. And I'm like, yo, that's big facts. So like, it's not out, but I was so inspired by that track that I felt like I couldn't be a coward anymore. I had to like take a stance. And at that moment, I was like, Coolman Logan's a legend. That was some big shit in my life, dude. So I just wanted to thank you for that, and I knew that your story would be very interesting. And I know what we talked about beforehand, but I do want to start this off proper with like the real bridge the gap first question, which goes back to my girlfriend because big ups Bonnie, she's the best. She was washing the dishes one day, and she's listening, to this fucking Black Eyed Peas song, I Got a Feeling. That shit. And why that's significant is because now we're in our 30s, but one day we was in our 20s in the club, and that was that shit that had all the people dancing in circles and doing shots and shit too. And I had this realization.
Doing the Zoom hands.
Yeah, that's what it is. That is the move that we did to that shit. No, but for real, I can picture me back in the day, and that's very fair. But what it made me realize is that the club music of like today is probably going to be the chores music of tomorrow. And then So what also made me realize is that there's different vibes and different surroundings and different things. So there's car music, there's sibling music, there's parent music. But really what happens is if you're a young one, when you talk about your musical journey, the end of the day, it actually starts before what you got into. It starts with what was surrounding you when you were kind of younger. So what I'm curious is what kind of sounds did you like grow up with that were influenced by your parents, and what were they into that would have been around in your environment?
Um, well, I mean, I didn't really like pick up music that way. It was more like I would just gravitate to stuff that I would like see on TV and stuff. Like they would play music, but they weren't playing music all the time, you know?
That's
Like
interesting.
my mom used to listen to like opera and stuff like the Proclaimers, the Scottish band, and Peter Tosh. She showed me Peter Tosh, a random collection, but like they didn't listen to like hundreds of artists like somebody might these days. I mean, there wasn't the internet and stuff, so it's more like you bought your records and you listened to them when you did, you know. Um, Early rap I liked was more kind of pop rap. The only rapper I still like from that I first ever liked when I was really young
How
is
young?
Maestro Fresh West. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
bad at answering questions. I take forever.
Nah, dude, this is how it goes. That's why we start with this shit. We start with this. Honestly, it's a process. I'll tell everyone the secret. The beginning is a calibration. We get in the
Mm-hmm.
feelers of it all. We just getting into the vibe, you know. We
Yes,
chill.
sir.
We go through it. We
I
talk
like the
about
vibe.
mundane shit, you know. And it isn't mundane
Mm-hmm.
though, because actually, I'm tracking these statistics interview to interview, and believe it or not, there's correlations between shit like how much pop music you're exposed to as a youth and how much pop music you create now. Like the girl we were talking to, Lorelai, yesterday. Her parents had a lot of radio hits. A lot of radio was going on in her youth. She makes a very radio friendly sound today. So like the
That makes
fact that
sense. Yeah.
you were kind of gravitated through your own ways to certain sounds and particular musics on looking at what you're like today and now, maybe that lack of exposure to mainstream actually creates a correlation between your youth and now. So like I know there was a couple of things
Interesting.
we're glossing over, but it's really important stuff to kind of get a sense of who you are and your complete story.
I
So
never thought of it that way. It's a good point.
so
Just to
that's
add to
why
your point, I was gonna say, sorry, I really have bad timing. I
no,
was
we're
gonna
great, man.
say,
You're amazing.
I was gonna say, that is what shaped my music taste because my music tastes were never like passed down to me so much. So I made my own little like, what's cool, you know? That's it. Go ahead.
So that's cool. So, I mean, you asked me not to go that specific with certain things, but like, around when in your life did you really, really heavy get into music? And do you remember like what was going on in the scene when that happened? That's the vaguest way I can
Yeah.
ask that question.
Do I remember when,
Like
like,
when you really
at
got into
at
it.
what age? About yeah, I was about like 15 and 16 when I started to listen to music a lot, and like kind of like indie rock. I guess that's what they call it now. Indie rock, like that was what I was fucking with at first.
So like
You know,
before
like
hip hop.
classic bands like Soundgarden and Nirvana. Yeah, like but not before the Maestros and all that. That was as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, um, but like more around the 16, 17. I was listening to shit like Soundgarden and Nirvana and stuff, and then I got into rap heavy, like Wu Tang. You know, the same list people give. You know, Wu Tang, Cypress. Those are my main
So
shits.
what I'm more curious about isn't the list, because you're right, it's the list that everyone gives, but it's the
Yeah,
how you made that transition. What is it that like sparked the change from
it's a
going from
good
one to the
question.
other?
I think the first one I ever really liked that I still like a lot would have been like Cypress Hill. I think that like pulled me in. It was so hype. Um, I don't know. Maybe even the racial diversity of the group too made me feel like, yeah, like raps for everybody, you know, like even though
That's an
they're all
interesting
Cuban, but you know what
point.
I mean? Like Sen Dog is like looks
Yeah,
more like a
very.
black dude. Be Real looks more like a white dude, especially to an untrained like Canadian white kid's eye. You know, like I'll be honest, like it's embarrassing, but I even know people in my age group who still don't know that like Fat Joe isn't white, sort of shit like that. But I'm talking about when I was a kid, I was. It's like you think, oh, he'd Be Real, you know, like he seems to belong or whatever. Like I don't know what his deal is, you know. He's fucking cool as fuck. It makes you want to be like that, whatever, you know, regardless of any type of race group or like niche group, you know. That's another thing. It appealed to people who like rock and rap, and I felt like that was cool. That was not like a thing as much in that day, and I really like groups that would collaborate with each other, and it felt like they were part of that same world. Like
Right.
when I would read the Outcast inlay, I love Outcast. Those were my early artists I like a lot. They would thank like Soundgarden and Radiohead and shit like that. I was like, this is bugged out. This is fucking cool. Like shit
Actually,
that I liked.
that's really interesting. That you read that shit, which shows a lot of value to it because it's kind of a last thing, right? Like we don't really have that. There's not really like, you know what I really miss, and I used to do this a lot, was reading like those thank yous. Like I really miss that shit, right? Like it used to be like
Yeah,
a
yeah, it
thing,
was
like,
fun. Yeah,
and it would tell you
you
like
have the
which
bars.
bands and which artists fucked with which artist in a way, like because you're only making the thank you if you're like squad. So it was kind of like fucking cool to like see like this band list like everybody else they fucking liked, you know, and then the
Yeah.
next one
Speaking of
list.
bands, the Clash. Big up the Clash.
Yo, big up the Clash indeed. But that's cool that you actually read that shit. Like you must have like gotten really deep into shit.
Oh yeah, I was a big list person. Like I would like almost memorize that shit. I'd be like, yo, why didn't they thank that group? Did they like not like each other? Like, how did they mention all the groups that were like in their niche and then they skipped over them? Or they mentioned like one rapper from a group and not the other and shit like that. I was like, why? What is that all about?
That's so
And I was just like
fascinating.
hella interesting. I just love lists. I love fucking when I watch sports. I love like to open the Gazette and read, oh, what happened in hockey, like, oh, who scored at what time and shit. I would make that shit up myself, make up stats of sports that never happened and stuff. I just fucking love lists and numbers. Really weird. I don't know why. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not weird, but like the amount that I like it is weird. You know what I mean?
If it counts, the amount that I like it is just as weird, but I really like it. And I gotta tell you, I don't really like sports, but give me some fantasy fucking sports and I'm all in because it's just, you don't actually have to watch the game. You can just watch the box score, watch enough
Yeah,
numbers, look for enough patterns, make some conscious decisions. And look, I'm not willing to do the work. Don't invite me to play right now, but
yeah,
I understand it better like that. Music has a lot of math in it too, so it resonates with me because at the end of the day, there's a lot of math in the rhythmic structures and a lot of the ways things. It's almost like a giant algorithm. A song is a big algorithm to me. So at the end of
yeah.
the day, it's just a complex way of like listing shit, you know?
Yeah, I believe strongly in the chaos theory too, of just like that's a bit away from your point, but we're talking more about like how do people shape their styles and the way they are. I think a lot of that shit is so undeterminable and like I don't know if that's what I mean, but I mean like the sequence can be totally changed by just like a small hitch or a small glitch in the matrix. You know what I mean? Like the rock you listen to can influence the way you rap.
Absolutely.
Like if you're one of those people that has eclectic music taste, if you listen to Def Leppard, you might rap differently. You might be more inclined to rap in a more accessible way than if you listen to like the Pixies and Sonic Youth, shit that I would listen to. So
Right.
being like kind of offbeat and like funny and shit like that and random was always part of the plan. Like even before I was super into rap. My brother showed me Pixies and Sonic Youth when I was like 13. So I love that shit ever since. I still love that shit. And I get a
Yeah.
lot of my humor from that.
That's really cool. That's the first time I've heard anybody really focus on humor being an element of their shit from such an early age where like it was a deliberate effort. And I love that about your brain. Honestly, I think your mind is so fascinating. I feel like you're like talking to one of those guys who thinks in like a level where like it's just dope. It's just like I love it. You don't restrain yourself in the ways that a lot of other people would normally restrain themselves. So you just kind of let that creativity go in the weird directions it needs to come up with
Exactly what it is.
like you'll just be like, yo, like that one bar that always stuck with me. And I can't do it verbatim, but on your mixtape there, where you're like, on the steak before or the potatoes before the steak or whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah.
why did he say that? I don't know, but it makes sense.
Hmm.
It just feels like it works. It
It's
just
actually
great.
a mistake. It's not a mistake, but I realized later that like generally the baked potato would be served with the steak. But what I was trying to say is like that this mixtape, as fire as it is, and like a baked potato can be really good, is just the beginning, you know?
But like I got that. Even if it wasn't like fully accurate, it let the point. Like when you're looking at your plate, right? You still decide, yo, what's the personally, I like to prioritize my food groups into the order of my favorite to the least favorite, and then I eat the shit I don't like right away, get rid of it, and mix up everything else to create a smorgasbord
Yo,
of
stop
delight.
stealing my idea. I'm
That's
joking.
just straight up
But
what
I
it
do the
is.
same shit with everything. If I'm showing somebody like 3 songs I did, most people they'd be like, okay, this one's the banger. I gotta show them the banger first, and like we'll see about the other two. Me, it's like I'm showing you everything. I like every song I made. I'm proud of all three of them, but I know which one is the best. And we're gonna have like a really good final chorus, and that's gonna be the save the best for last, like Vanessa Williams.
Yeah, knowledge nuggets
Or
right
in
there.
general.
But
Yeah,
it's
and I was gonna say to another point that you were making before I forget it. You were saying, yeah, like letting the creativity go. Just like a quick adage I just made up right now. Like, if it's weird, it means it's different. It could be weird and be trash. Don't get me wrong. It could be weird and be trash also. But like to be weird and to be good is kind of better than to just be normal good. Because if it's normal good, you can assume it's been done or it's about to be done.
big facts. That's something like that actually applies to marketing in a lot of ways. If you thought it up and it's like kind of in the realms of normal, 100 other people had that same fucking idea. You know,
Right.
like, it's in the same vein as shit. Like, yo, there's no such thing as really quick tricks and shit. Like, distinction is like a honed craft. It's like becoming a master of something. But I still love the fact that like early on you had like a brand in mind. So like I'm really glad we did this exercise of walking through it because we found out, you know, a few things about you. You're never really influenced by the mainstream off the jump. You gravitated towards your own shit. You like eclectic shit. You found humor in a bunch of stuff. And you already cared about your brand and who you would be. So at what point were you like, fuck it, I'm gonna be a rapper?
I would like rap along to other people's songs, like we all do. But I had like an uncanny ability to learn them really quick and even kind of capture the cadence of the rapper, even if the rapper has a totally different vocal tone as a person than me. So I was like, why would I be able to do this and not that? It was a natural transgression. So I used to rap other people's lyrics in my head that I memorized, and then that space would be filled with mine. And then it just became, and I just started to freestyle. And when I started freestyling, I was super terrible. That's why I call myself Cracked Lips, because I didn't care. And I was so bad, and I was like, this is just funny, you know? And then like about a year and a half in, I actually got good. And ever since, I kind of got stuck with that name. And then everyone thought it was Cracked Lips and shit like that. But anyway, that's the story of that name. You know what? It's also like it kind of helps sometimes not to be part of the in crowd, you know?
Dude,
Because
I've
then
never been part of it.
Well, getting pretty popular now, my friend.
I wouldn't say I'm part of the in
nothing wrong with
crowd,
it.
but I've never been part of the
Fuck
in
the in
crowd.
crowd anyway. Fuck the in crowd anyway. I was about
how
to
many
bash the in crowd.
people like yo? I'm not really part. Yo, listen, I'm the guy in high school that was not liked. I went to Wager and I was uncool at Wager, which was really not the best place to be in life. That's all I'm trying to say.
It's a bad combination of circumstances.
Yeah. So like I went through that and then I spent most of my adult life just not being like cool or whatever. You know, it took a long time to like figure shit out, get my brain together. And honestly, maybe in the last like few 6 months ish since, you know, COVID happened and everybody kind of, here's what happened. It wasn't really that I'm getting popular. It's like the rest of the world kind of shifted into my lane all of a sudden. I was like work from home fucking virtual reality Zoom call shit in 2019 and people were like, nah, bro, it's never going to happen. And then it did. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I've been honestly, personally thriving in this environment, but I wouldn't say I'm any more in crowd. It's just kind of weird how the out crowd became the normal in this environment. And I'm just happen to have more experience living in a bedroom in front of a computer for 10 hours a day than other people. I don't know if that's anything else really, but that's how I structured a lot of my life, and it turned out that's kind of useful.
I feel like I'm, you know, it's fun. It's dope. It's like there's a vibe, and I like the logo and shit like that. The whole look. I fuck with it, man. Yeah, and man, you really like the shit you talk about, you know, and that's cool, and that comes across, you know.
I try to like keep it interesting. I mean, the truth is, I want to know a lot of things. And then I got really fascinated with Montreal history, but like, yo, what am I gonna Google here? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but like,
no, you're 100% right. If you Google it, it would misdirect you. You'd be like, fuck Montreal rap. Like if you Googled it and you just saw the top results, you'd be like, God damn it.
So instead, I can go ahead and just keep doing this. Like right now, we're on Facebook Live, right? Like people are seeing us have this conversation. And to me, it's like I said, it's about bridging the gap. If all I can do is create a space where everything is about love and growing and all the fucking cool shit that people do, then who knows? Who knows what the fuck comes from that? Maybe other people do it. Like, you know, like I don't even think I have to be anything special in this. I would like to think I'm special in this, but I don't have to be. I just want to be part of it, you know?
Well, no one else did it. No one else did it, and you're doing it, you know?
Other people
and you're doing it really consistently.
That's because I'm just allowed to sit here and smoke pot. I've not been on the pro alcohol side of
Mm-hmm.
things. So as a non-drinker, yo, man, this shit is just great. I don't have to go to bars and buy like a Coke
Ain't no
and
bar.
have them look at me funny
Yeah.
because I'm like, yo, this is the most expensive fucking Coca-Cola I've ever bought in my life, and it is what it is. Shout out Critical and Peter West. I see y'all coming through. Anyway, let's get back to your story though. So you were rapping about it, and I also relate a lot to what you're saying about just mapping other shits, because part of why I feel like I was able to develop as an artist was through hip hop karaoke. And just learning all these other rappers and having to spit their shit kind of forced me to like do different things, because you can't really necessarily always replicate tone, but you now have to hit rhythm and cadence. You have to do different flows in your own voice. So it's fucking cool that you said that. I thought that was a real knowledge nugget about how you could like evolve your own self into a more versatile style.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, if you only listen to rap, then what are you as an artist? It doesn't make sense. As rap that derives from like jazz, blues, soul, rock and roll, reggae, like on and on. Literally everything. Every other musical kind that existed before it can be entered into rap. So why would you not listen to it? Like, just to be a beat maker, you literally have to listen to other music, unless you're just gonna sample rap, which would be fucking really whack. And yeah, man, I just don't understand that type of like attitude. Also, you know, if you're a rapper and you listen to like 10 rappers, never mind other kind of music, even if you have like a narrow scope of what you listen to in rap, you're gonna be like wild generic. You know, everybody likes fucking Jay-Z and Eminem and Tupac or whatever at some point in their lives, like that shit, you know, like everybody tries to rap like that. That's why everybody's so trash, you know. But yeah, to re-answer your question, I know.
Yeah.
What up,
Vince...
Cash? But to reiterate, like because I need a couple of cracks at these questions sometimes. But you said like, when did I decide I wanted to rap? Thank you. When I decided I wanted to rap, I was at a bar with my friend, and this song, a song that was big like way back, but like from years before when I heard it, and it was a song by this girl called Nonchalant called 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And I knew the lyrics, and my boy BK Brooks, who was there with me, who's basically my best friend, makes a lot of my heat, basically a lot of my shit. He's like, yo, how do you like remember that? Like, have you been listening to that song? And I was like, no. And that was like, it was not when everybody had all the music, you know what I mean? It was just like, so I was just, he's like, yeah, he's like, you know that those lyrics since then? And I was like, yeah. I was like, why? Like, why? And then, yeah, it made me want to rap. Like, what if I can do that? Like, why am I doing that as just a fan, you know? Like, I might as well.
So
that could have been the moment. Yeah.
That's really cool. So I guess were you born in Montreal? We got to do some of those basics.
What part of Montreal? I was born in Montreal, like around Cookton Edge, like Snowden area.
Straight like, up, that's where it's at. Yeah,
Snowden Metro shit. Fucking.
Listen, I was
right
there
in the
yesterday.
Middle, man. Right in the middle of Westbound and Uptown.
There's a certain store right next to Snowden Metro right now that sold hash that I wanted, so I had to go there to get it. And so I went to the SQDC and bought that. Yeah, it's right by Snowden, dude. The problem with like, it's just so convenient for my life. It's so easy to get to, and it's so reliably predictable. That I like. I like the predictability of it. So that was very convenient. So it's like cool. I like that because it's my hood. It's like I like the fact that you're like there. Where are you at now? I think it's another different part, but close by.
Downtown around.
Fair enough. So still Montreal. That's what it is.
Shout out to everybody in the Twitch.
No, that's cool, man.
It's gonna be an interview party, y'all.
That's what it is.
Holden gonna start just jamming the music randomly. Probably gonna have to play some Doom tracks. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
We'll probably
to like
do that at the end when it's.
Oh yeah, true. Because the licensing and shit like facts.
Because I want this to be like clean and not get shut down.
Yeah, I hear you. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's okay.
But I'm down to do that at the end, and we can do a little tribute and play some shit at the end. I'm really happy to do that. That would be really good, man.
Yeah, that guy was like one of my favorite rappers that ever lived, for sure.
Let's do it right now.
Means a lot to me.
Let's talk about him though. We're on the subject. I know it's on your chest. And who cares about the linearity? I'm following that part. Tangents are key here. Mm-hmm. Tell us a lot about what MF Doom means to you.
Fucking, like, he's a lot of the reason why I like every time I would kind of quit rapping, he would be a person that would make me want to like come back, because he was like the humor, you know, like he's always accomplishes what a lot of us try to do, and just have that like kind of shit you just the kind of things you just want to quote. It's just so funny. It sounds so funny and like crisp and perfect even when you say it a cappella, because of the way he wrote it. It sounds obviously better when he says it than someone else trying to mimic him. But he has that presence, and just the different characters, the wearing the mask, just everything about him. He's so original. He's completely one of one, like you guys were talking about earlier. You guys were saying that about LP, I think. Uh, yeah, man, that's it. That's it. He's a one of one. He's classic. The guy has like 7 good albums. He has a really interesting story. Like there's so much you could say about this man. Like what he bounced back from, that he was a rapper before, that he guested on the third bass track when guest appearancing wasn't even a thing as much, and he like stole the show, and he's just unbelievable, man. Unbelievable like impact in my life. I feel like I lost a friend, like straight up. And
Yo,
I'll definitely send you some. I mean, if you don't know shit that well or whatever.
I mean, I have some familiarity with him. I'm
Oh
happy
yeah,
to
you
like.
reviewed one of his things, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to share it again because that's in a different video at the end of the day or a different time. But for me, it was a big thing because I did album reviews like for a quick minute in my life. Well, I've been doing it for 4 years. But the first time I encountered MF Doom was on Food. And basically I got murked. It was like one of the first. It was like album 15. So I'm like a noob, dude. I don't even know what I'm into yet. I'm still not even sure what a 5%er is. I don't know what fucking bars mean. I think I know how to rap because Hobson's cool is where I'm at with life, right? That's the truth of the situation.
That you've evolved.
Very much so. That's why we're sitting here with Coolman Logan. Otherwise, it never would have happened. So, if anything, you're a validation point. Somebody, I think on the Facebook, Sean Mello's like, this is the first time I'm watching your stream. That's cool points, dude. That's you. That's you bringing people over here. What up, Coolman Logan?
Fuck, man, I want to.
But what happened was I listened to it, and then there were the 4 tracks in the middle that were like these cinematic little skit things where you put all these samples together, and we didn't know what it was, dude. We didn't know what it was. We didn't understand this shit. And because of MF Doom in that moment, it got me to unlock a different way of looking at albums. And now when I listen to an album, it's entirely a cinematic experience in my head where I build stories. If you don't have a story because your album's kind of whack, I make a story. I make it up for you because your album needs a story.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's kind of trash. And I don't mean your album's trash. I mean, I'll make up the story for you, dog. I'll make it good in my head. And then it's fucking dope again. And that's cool, man.
True.
Coolman Logan.
You can see things that other
historian.
people don't see. Facts. You're right.
So like I love the fact that like the way he constructed an album is so deliberate, but at the same time,
Incredible.
there's a learning curve to MF Doom. You can't.
But that's
just
what's so beautiful about it. It's its own
go into
language.
it.
Yeah.
But once you like unravel it, look, don't start with Food. By the way, start with Mad Villain. It's the gateway album. It's just what it is. But then I got into more of them. We've done 3 or 4 MF Doom reviews now, and honestly, I think we're gonna spend a lot of time We're gonna do like reviews for his month, like over the next little bit. Just start doing a classic.
Totally should, man. You totally
know
should.
what?
That's...
And it's not for like views. I don't fucking care about the views. It's actually to just give honor to this guy, right? Like, I'm not saying I'm like cool shit or whatever. I'm saying that like I want to hear all of that music with the depth that I go into it, so I can at least give him his flowers now. You know?
Yeah. I mean, this guy, like we were saying, it's like you need your own kind of dictionary just to understand what he's talking about, and like it's this whole little like inside joke between the people who listen to him. It might used to appear dorky to like certain people or whatever that didn't understand it, but anybody who really understands Doom, it's like always one of their favorite things. It's not like an artist you don't feel strongly about, you know, like.
But I like the fact that there's also like, what is it, the vaudeville villain and this whole universe he created, right? That's how you.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. Right, exactly. There's so many themes outside of just rap music, like
it's like a whole like one of them is like his younger self, and then he like battles this person. Like it's honestly like MF Doom's discography is for reals like a comic book Marvel universe built into a series of albums.
Seriously, it's a whole like series. And the different characters and stuff, and it's for everybody who likes something who
Oh,
has like, you know, who has different tastes. You know what I mean? Like, because whatever he was doing was always the opposite of what was going on in rap music at the time.
here's something else he did that's fucking incredible. I track 10 of all of his projects, if I'm not mistaken, had a female MC as a prominent feature.
He I didn't notice that, but he definitely did have girls on
It
his
was track
albums a
10.
lot,
I'm
and
pretty
really
sure.
like really hype fire rapping girls like Apani and stuff like that.
So that's fucking cool
Apani the
too.
B-Fly MC.
And I'm just saying it because like he did that before it was like a thing. He was doing that his whole career. And so again, I'm just trying to find things that are, or at least as MF to him. Anyway, so
Actually, let me
that's
say one more last thing about him is that in the EO Dub Zoom, Cabin DJ Cabin was like, you're like, you know, you're like kind of like MF Doom. You say these funny, unexpected things, and I would never like have the audacity to say I'm like him, or somebody else saying it. It was a huge compliment, you know.
I would put you in that camp in that universe. I would definitely put you there. I think you're in that realm. Like you're a rapper's rapper. Here's the truth of it. Like a lot of people shout out Bob Cope. That's cool to see new names in the chat that I've never seen before. Um, but yo, like you're the kind of guy that like your precision and your technique are so like on point with it. Like when you start talking about how other people are bad and if they try really hard they'll get less bad, it's because you're coming from a perspective of seeing what legend is. And you like have this perspective of the universe where you're like, I'm okay being 732,000th best. That's good enough for me. I feel like maybe that's not the right number, but like it feels like the way you come off and you're like, yo, that's just like the fucking perfect. I know where I sit in this world and I'll get better. I'll just keep grinding and I'll get to like 23,243 on Earth. I'm cool with that. I just fucking
I
love that
feel like
about you.
I don't want to be like cocky. I definitely rate myself way closer
But
to the top, but
I was trying.
to be honest, I'm being dead
No,
honest. Like
do
I
it,
really
dude.
think I'm way better than most humans at rapping, like dead ass. And I'm not a cocky person by any means. You know, like I've already shadowed my interview style like 3 times in this interview because I know I'm not top. I'm not even top 50,000 interviewees. I know that.
No, you're a
But
great interview,
no,
dude.
I rate myself super high. But there's
So
certain
man,
people that I definitely like more than me, and that would be Doom would be one of them.
that's fair.
And to me, that if I say that about you, then you're crazy. Like you're amazing. And there's other ones obviously. Andre 3000, my boy Bender, rest in peace. But yeah, man. No, I'm not as humble I'm not as humble a rapper as I am a person. You know what I mean? Like I may come off like so chill and like modest about my abilities here, but like I mean, you hear how I rap and the things I say, and
Yeah.
you can't say you're good at rapping as many times as I do without backing it up to a certain degree. You can't like touch that
So I'm
topic
gonna be real.
again and again and make it interesting unless
It's just really easy for me to say everybody else is good at rapping and keep where I think I place in my head. But I think I'm really good at rapping. I just don't really play by the standards of other people, so I'm not really caring if it works.
literally every rapper has to think that they're really good too anyway. I mean,
Like I
like
had,
you're not. It's not that type of art where you have to be. Where you're just like, oh, I play my part. Like you kind of, it's always a bit competitive. Even if you're making music about that
yeah.
isn't about that, it's always competitive. Like my
I,
song, oh, my deep song was deeper than your deep song type thing. You know what I mean? Like,
but here's the thing: I actually do sit there and I try to come up with stuff. I'm like, yo, I want some shit that no other. I mean, it's preposterous to actually think that I'm gonna come up with ideas that literally no one else has thought of before. But I still think I can do some
yeah, no,
unique
that's
ass
not true.
shit.
You should think you can. For sure you can, man. Like there's a lot out there, man.
There's at
There's
least
a whole
one
world.
Easter egg I have on my shit that I'm really proud of that nobody's ever talked to me about, so I don't know if anybody ever got it, but there's at least one thing that I did that I'm really fucking proud of that like I can say is fucking just a cool ass thing that if people saw it they'd be like that's fire, but it's just in an area where it's not going to go down very quick. But I'm fine with that. That makes it fun for me almost. It adds like a layer of yeah, but if somebody ever gets that in 14 years, that'll be so fucking cool. You know,
Yeah,
almost
it's a good feeling.
like your murder face shit. Like it must have been such a trip for you to like kind of see like that shit go down today and how many people were invested in watching us talk about that album like that. That must have been like fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was cool. Like I didn't doubt it. Like I think it ages really well, that shit. Like I don't listen to it a lot, but when I do, I'm like, yeah, this shit is fucking crazy. Like
Oh,
this
it
shit
is,
is
dude.
fire. Like yeah. Um,
Okay, so let's
because
go
I think
back
it
to
just proves Vince's point. Like if it's good, it's good. It's not about being hip. It's about being good. And if you're good,
mm,
it'll be good next year and the year after. It won't be like super good for 3 weeks and then never good again. You know.
I feel what you're saying there. And that's what I like to think that I'm able to do. I'm proud of the fact that you may not like my music, but you can put on anything I've released today and it's not irrelevant in terms of topic and subject matter.
Like it's not dated. You don't have like a November 17th, 2019 vibe song. You're not just talking about
Nah.
current events and pop stars. Exactly.
If anything, I
That's
have
the key.
they don't know where to put me vibe, so I've struggled a lot to like figure it out until the internet let me just be weird on the internet, and then it worked. It's actually like, for real, we could have this conversation in person and like people around us would be less invested than doing it on the internet, having it on a call like this. It's fucking weird how that works.
Well, yeah, it's just psychology. It feels more like an event, because like it's just the presentation, the circumstances.
But
If we
like,
were like 18 people in a living room, be like, okay, guys, like I'm gonna go like not get COVID or whatever. Even if it was World One, what I like to call World One before COVID, like um, you probably wouldn't hang around as long, and but that's cool, like that's a good format to have. It's a good like medium that we
if
can just
it,
have this conversation, and it gives importance to it
so
that might not otherwise be there.
one day though,
Also,
we're
yeah,
gonna,
another thing about the data thing while we're on that topic, DJ Muggs of Cypress Hill, he says he never puts Cypress Hill on the Cypress Hill album covers. So then when someone looks at the cover, they're not like put off by like, like 1995 fashion, right? Super smart.
dude,
That's a Muggs thing.
wow.
If you look at the Temples of Boom cover, that could come out now, it'd be like, whoa, like it'd be fucking cool
Actually,
still.
I was looking at their last album cover that came out this year or the year before, and it was remarkably similar to one of the early album covers. And I fucking like, I really, really feel with that. I like what Merker just said. I wouldn't be in a living room with 18 people. Me neither. But what I can tell you is
Right.
down the line, when bars are back, I'm pretty sure we could do this in front of people and we could make it an actual
That
event.
would
And
be
then,
sick. Yeah.
then if
And
we're
World
on this
2.
stage and we talk for like hours, that would be like fine. And then we could just have a question and answer period. And we could have Merker in the back with his beautiful, luxurious beard. And then he would ask some questions and it would be like a good time.
Could have a
To
beard
be
off
fair,
too, like a
that's a
beard
Sky
contest.
Beats idea. Sky Beats gave me that idea. I tried to get him to come to my crib and he's like, nah, do it in a bar and let me perform. And I'm like, that's
And
a
you
way
didn't?
better idea. No, because COVID. Actually,
Oh, but that
I
is
was
a good idea.
I was gonna throw my first show March 20th. We got locked down March 16th. So on March
Oh, you
20th,
got screwed. Man.
well, I didn't get screwed because everything was free because I had partnered with Make-A-Wish. So everybody waived everything and I had nothing to pay out of pocket. So it was more like,
Yeah, but it just would have been cool too if it just
it actually worked out kind of well for me. I got all the love of throwing an event without the risk of looking stupid because it didn't go good. It just turned into like, wow, Holden
Good
partnered with me.
intentions. Nice.
But it wasn't like I did shit. I was mad as fuck, dude. We had
I
it
like that
lined up.
analysis. I like that analysis of it. It was
Oh,
like
I
that was a really
try.
good cancel. That was a good cancel. It was
Yeah.
gonna be great, and then circumstances against Holden's control. Fuck, pardon me. You know what I mean?
No, I love it. It's exactly what it is, dude. That's why I love
Yeah.
your brain. I'm not worried about it. If anyone wants to be like what it is, I'm not saying I threw a good event. I'm saying I was going to throw a good event, but COVID.
Yeah.
And that's something we can all relate to. And I love that. That's a fucking fact of the situation. It's a real
True.
knowledge nugget moment to me. But let's go back to your story. I love this, by the way, dude. This is what I was hoping for. All of this.
Cheers,
when
man.
did-
Cheers to you. I
That's
don't
good.
know what you're drinking, but
I have coffee. I'm not an alcohol
Nice.
guy, dude. I can't even do it. I tried a little
that's
bit.
okay, man.
So what happened was
It's
the last time
overrated.
I drank a little bit at Christmas and I started fucking live tweeting Home Alone. That's why I did all those Home Alone tweets, because I had a little alcohol and I flooded my Facebook and then people liked it. So I kept going, but it was really just, I'd had a little bit of this aged whiskey I got left over from an event. And I was like, this is a good idea. Sometimes alcohol in moderation maybe is okay here and there, as long as my girlfriend is sober and can supervise my behavior.
Yeah, Home Alone, a classic legend.
It really is. I was
Just
surprised at how
sing
much I
it.
fucking liked it. It was so deep, the first one. But yeah, let's go back to you.
So
Let's.
Donald Trump is in it.
Is he? I didn't
Or
catch
is it
that.
number two? Is it number
Maybe
two?
it's number two. I didn't see him in number one at least.
Number two, I think. Number two.
But I was also
Sorry for
focused.
spoiling a great cameo.
It's
Sorry for
just what
bringing
it
up
is.
number 45.
It
He
is
who
what it
shall
is.
remain unnamed.
It is what it is,
Sorry
man.
for bringing up he who shall remain unnamed.
It's all right. Good. We good. So let's go back to your story though. Let's talk about the part where like you go from I'm rapping other people's shit, yo, I can do it, to like, yo, I can actually do it. When does the actual story of Coolman Logan, or shall I say Crack Lips, really start? What's going on in your life? Are you still in high school? Are you past high school? Are
No, I
you what?
started rapping like kind of like late. Um, I was that first like year and a half that I was trash. Um, I was like late teenage years, I guess, when I was trash, and I started to be pretty decent like around 20. Um, and but it was all freestyling for a super long time. It was freestyling, and the only like thing I really had was kind of humor and voice, and not to downplay that because that's a lot. Those are good things to have. But I didn't understand bars or anything. Like I have no idea. And if I flowed on a freestyle like correctly, that would be like on accident, me feeling the vibe, feeling the beat. I had no idea how to write a verse, so I would have songs, but they were like, you know what I mean? Like my first song I made was like 2000. I don't even know, because it's hard to know. Like, what do you call your first song? If it's really trash, is it a song? Like,
Yes. So here's what I'm gonna go with.
hold on. Let me ask you another question. If you just showed it to like 12 people, was it a song? Like if you
That's a
never
better
put it on
question.
the internet or any type of like release.
All right.
That's
So
why
I'll
I feel
answer
like the
your
Murder Face
question.
is the beginning of my career as a written rapper, because that's the first ever
So I looked
Crackle
up what
slash
a
Cool Man Logan that
song
ever existed.
means. A song has a real definition. You know why? Because there's a difference between record of the year and song of the year. And motherfuckers wanted to argue with me about copyright, so of course I'm gonna Google what shit means. And a song is is actually different than a composition. So an instrumental is actually a composition, more like an orchestral arrangement. They're not actually songs based on the traditional definition. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, for the sake of the internet, this is how I
That's super
remember it.
technical. Yeah.
But like what I'm saying is I understand a song is the combination of lyrics to music, creating a song experience. So this, yo, what's up, Zed Z? The second you would have put the lyrics to any kind of a musical arrangement, even if it's imaginary, even if it's a drum pattern, I would argue if it's a specific arrangement of words that was meant to be put over a specific arrangement of music or sounds in a particular way, even if it never moved past the fucking writing phase, you just finished it, you were able to recite it, it was like a thing you could pull up a notepad and go at it, I would say at that moment it becomes a bad song. And everybody's bad song starts there. There's no such thing as a good song that doesn't, because yo, I know what a song sounds like before an engineer, and I know what a song sounds like after an engineer. I've gone through that process a lot. First time you get your shit back from an engineer, it's like, whoa, right? Like I don't care who you are. There's even on the best mic in the best room, the first time an engineer
It
does a
sounds way cooler than it is. Like if you haven't recorded yourself before, you're like, wow, that's me. Wow, you know, and then you might be like inclined to think you made a better product than you did. And it doesn't sound like that to other people. It might sound like that to you and more your inner circle. And they're like,
yeah.
wow, it's him, or it's her, she did it. And it doesn't have to be good. Like we just like it because it's like, wow, like you did it.
Yeah.
And then like you might encourage that person to chase that, and then secretly you don't like none of their music, and then like it ruins your friendship with them later.
That is an
I'm going too deep
interesting
into it
fucking
right now.
point. So I think what you said is interesting, and let's grab the knowledge nugget. I don't want to go too deep into your personal stories with personal people and name drops, but I think the fact that you said people offering, so the
Keep
fake
positive
love
in 2021.
It is what it is. But the part is that there is like this degree. Look, I've been at this for 8 years. It's not as long as some of y'all, but it's long enough to be able to hear a sentence like that and know exactly what it means to be like, yo, bro, why did you ever say you were down when you clearly weren't down 7 years ago?
It's really bad.
And then when you have like people, like I have somebody, there's definitely somebody close to me that was involved in early stuff in some way or another that I had a moment with recently where I'm like, they don't even like what I do. They don't
Yeah,
like
that's
me
shit.
at all.
Yeah.
And I don't have any disrespect to this person. They have no obligation to like me. We had years of positive interactions together and we just went our separate ways. But I guess it was just like, maybe they never felt who I was. They just like this version of who I was. You know, all that kind of shit goes through your
They
mind
saw like
sometimes.
one other person like say one or two other people say that they fuck with you or smile while you were performing, and they thought maybe they were like, we'll roll with Hold and see what happens.
Or the opposite, they start rolling with somebody else who doesn't like you
Who
and it
shits on you?
taint.
Yeah, maybe there's a little million. That's the thing. I learned another
That's
thing. If
why,
you want to talk
like,
about knowledge nuggets, you can't
I do.
analyze people's actions because people are
Big
fucking.
facts.
Let's not
And
even
I'm not,
start. Like we said positivity in 2021, but anyway.
but what we're doing here is related to positivity because we're sharing anxieties. We're letting people know that we go through this kind of stuff too, and that they can also relate with us on that front. I'm not trying to be negative with it. I'm not saying that it's ever fair to put that. Nobody has an obligation to like me is one of the biggest lessons I had to learn, which is weird because once I learned that and I stopped caring as like, okay, I care a lot at first. I care a lot for like 8 minutes, man. For 8 minutes, it's going to ruin my fucking day if you don't like me.
That's a pretty good. That's not that bad. If it's just 8 minutes.
Sometimes it's worse. Honestly, sometimes I'll have a moment and it'll ruin like 2 hours of my day, 3 hours of my day. And that's where my girlfriend becomes
That
queen,
makes more sense.
okay? Because my girlfriend is the one who has to sit there and listen to me rant for like 2 hours about some shit that I'm absolutely not going to give a fuck after I smoke a joint about.
True.
Look, she just showed up in the chat. Haha,
She might know you better than you, like that thing.
Yeah. Well, at least so she came at me 5 years ago or so, or 4 years ago and said, I'll give you 5 years to do something with this. And if you don't do something with this in 5 years, blah, blah. We're in year 5 now starting it. And I did something with it. So shout out to her she challenged me. And I thought like, yo. And it hit me so ethereally that we're now in this moment doing this bang out January 1st. So I don't know, man. Life is cool like that. You shout out having a cool person in your life. But
right, I was about to say that like people that like as your circle gets smaller in life, and that's what happens. And people that you do like become more important, and they're like, and you realize that you just need to be away from the people that aren't like them. And focus your energy on them and appreciate the people. And it's like less is more, you know, like, and the happiest people are not the people with like 50, 60, 70, 80 real life friends. It's the people with like 10 good ones, you know, or 5 good ones. Like, not to say you need to have like 2 friends and shit. Like, I'm not being dark like that, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
I do.
You're just playing the numbers game at a certain point. If you know like 50 people that are your friends, probably like 12 of them are going to fuck you over. And that's like an optimistic thing.
But it's also like, look, at least for me, like I got that borderline personality shit. So relationships with people are already complicated. But I have a lot of trouble, and I know a lot of people do, with even like the idea of what a friend fucking is. So like our whole world, like think about it. What are Facebook friends? They're not my fucking friends.
No.
Like no offense.
They're actually
to
usually a competition.
No, I wouldn't go that far in my life. That might be a little bit about
maybe in their minds.
You have a lot of battle rap in your life, though. I don't have a lot of battle rap in my life. That's a huge difference between us. So I don't have any battle rap in my life. So like I don't have a lot of competitive people around me.
Yeah, but being a rapper is battle rap. Like you're battling the perception. For sure,
I'm not even in this fucking. Nobody's like, who else wrote Lose Weight? Who else can write that song? What competition is there? You like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. There's no competition in my lane. It's like that's how I see it. Like whereas in battle rap there is literally competition. Like you battle people. End of the week is literally a competition where you're battling to be the best, like in Pokemon and shit. Yeah. I write music for anyone to relate to. It is not
the same thing. You're right.
It is not the same vibe inherently. And I think there's like that's two main. So check it. I had to like, so Iron Solomon appears in my life. They're like, yo, Iron Solomon interview. And I'm like, okay. And then I'd never heard of him. So now all of a sudden I got to get my Battle Raps 101 on. And I started to learn a lot about the culture. Battle Rap is sports. What I do is entertainment. I'm the WWE. Battle Rap is the MMA. MMA? Is that the fighting, the UFC thing? So like
Battle
what
Rap
I do is
MMA and what you do is WWE?
Yeah, I'm straight up at WWE.
No, Battle Rap is also WWE.
okay, but like in
Anyway,
my
yeah, go.
world and universe, for my argument, like you can argue whatever you want about how in there. I know what you mean. I do know what you mean actually, because I love the drama side of it. But what I mean is more, I'm not really here to fight with anybody, dog. It's like if you're not my
That's good. That's a
homeboy,
good thing, bud.
it's just kind of. But there's a whole lot of people like me out there, and for a long time, I think we didn't ever get a voice because everyone thought everybody was a certain way about it. But now with the internet, I can just be like, yo, all I need to do is get like 100 people to feel me, and I'm set for life. Like it's a different world now, right? So I think it's
Right.
actually going to be an era for the lack of competition to thrive into a lot of prosperity for a lot more people because we actually don't have to compete. We can
There's a
collectively
guy who
build.
charges $1,000 an album, and he like what you said. He doesn't need to have more than 100 fans. He does. You know what I mean? But like he started with probably 100, 200, 300 people buying his $1,000 albums.
But like the way things are
And
going, that's
shit
all
is fire.
possible.
But
Anyway, I just like to kind of like look at it. So yeah, in my mind, I want to be the best. But like I gotta be real. I'm 33 and I haven't done fuck all before 2020. So
don't even
like,
think about that shit, bro. That's
no, but like I
trust
have
me.
to be like aware of it. Yo, I think that the
Yeah,
people
no.
that
Well,
I'm in a
what you're doing is the right thing. You have a passion for this, for example, and you're doing it every
bro,
day,
I'm absolutely still making
like almost
music and
every day.
rapping and shit, right? Like it's
I know.
absolutely still part of my life. But like I also think that at the end of the day, I'm more than just a rapper. So yeah, I would love you all to go bump my album. Please do. But if you don't, that's cool. Y'all are here with me. What am I gonna do? Fucking turn one fan base away because they're not the kinds of fans I hope for one? You know, like younger me was an idiot. Older me is going,
Mm.
yo, 15 motherfuckers on New Year's Day are still with us. That's rocking with us. Plus a bunch on Facebook too. Holy crap, that's dope. So I mean, that's just me adapting in my old age. But
Yeah.
if I was 20 and I could be at the club every day and I could have the energy to go live that life, it's a very different game and a very different like reality, I think. Anyhow, that's just all the tangential shit. But I
Oh
want to do.
damn! You
Yo, I
got
know that
serious eyes
feeling.
cliff.
I know that feeling, man. I know it.
That's gonna be a segment. I
It's
got
all
ice
good,
cliff.
man. So let's go
Big
back
time
to
ice cliff, guys.
like when you got into it kind of serious though.
Yeah,
When
I
did
was
that
actually gonna
start?
tell you. I was gonna say like the reason why I would freestyle so much is because like I would hear other Montreal rappers' songs and I'd be like, yeah, like it's all right, you know, like it's not like everything was trash or nothing, but it was very rare that anyone was good. Like mostly because like maybe the producing wasn't at the level it is now, or just for a lot of reasons, or recording, mixing, a lot, you know. And freestyling was a thing that we were irregularly good at. Like Montreal people are good at freestyle. That's a fact because it's a part of it was a part of like blowing up because we didn't have like we never had a hip hop radio station in Montreal ever, and even the radio shows we do have are often reluctant to play local stuff. So you only really exist in terms of opening for big acts and like street ciphers. Like that's how it used to be. So like you would rap in the street and that was your chance. And if you had riddance, that's cool, but it was even cooler if you could freestyle. And that was like a thing, a skill that was more important to develop than me because it was like more impressive. It was more like a superpower, like superhero kind of thing. Like, oh, yo, this guy just made this now. In a world where everybody kind of wrote like adequately, like nobody was really that trash, but like, you know what I mean? It was all just like very 2000, whatever, 2000 insert the year because that shit doesn't keep, you know what I mean? Like it has its own expiry date. Like a long t-shirt rap is long t-shirt rap. It stays there, you know? Like if you say something cool and special and funny, clever like Doom or something, that shit sticks around, you know? So yeah, that was all about freestyling, being different, having that like that superpower that people didn't have, but that worked against me because I wouldn't write. So everybody was better at writing than me. And I wasn't in the pocket, you know what I mean? It wasn't at all like now. Like I didn't like. I would have to freestyle to be in the pocket because I would ride the beat on the spot. I didn't know how to play, you know, things in the right way to, much less to have an interesting flow. I couldn't even be on time, so that's why I wasn't good at that. So the song making came way after the freestyle. And that's why I say Murder Phase is my first song. It's the first shit that ever came out that I was on. Like I might have had a couple of spins on CKUT of like solo songs of mine. I don't know if I count that shit. Like I would say like Murder Face shit was out. It was
So
accessible. Someone could find
so
it.
let's ask some questions before we get to Murderface.
Go ahead.
I've heard your name brought up in earlier than 2011 in other interviews in terms of being involved in the scene. So we got to rewind that a little bit.
Battling.
So before we get into fucking murder face, let's get into your like story. You don't have to talk about whatever you don't want, but we got to talk about the fact that I know because of other interviews that you're part of a group of people that were up at CKUT battling on the radios. You were part of a group of people that did a lot of things like that. So let's go back to that side of your career and talk about a little bit what happened then, because again, this is part of your history. Like, let's look at it like one day people can use this to fill out your Wikipedia page. So what you put in here is kind of you saying it and counts more than other people.
Okay, cool. Well, I would say like, how did I transition into song making? You would say from freestyle.
No, let's talk about the battle era. Before
okay, let's talk about the battle era. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
And then we'll get to the other shit.
Battles were entirely different before. People used to battle on beats and they would freestyle. So rather than have like 3 minutes that you wrote about the guy that you say a cappella, like kind of like awkward poem, you would freestyle off the top.
So when did you start battling?
The first battle I had was it was 2003.
Okay.
I battled a bunch of people. It was like a tournament, and it was the third time I ever rapped on a stage in my life. And what's it called? I won. I beat like 3 people, which is crazy because all those people had rapped probably for a few years. Because generally when you rap, you start when you're like 12, right? I started like at least 5-6 years later than the average person did. So for me, like I was super new. I didn't have nothing. Like I still couldn't write, and it was
survival of the illest.
3 people.
So I know this because Rico
it was literally
Blocks,
called "Who's the Illest."
Survival of the Illest. Rico Blocks talked about this on his interview.
It's Who's the Illest. It was Who's the Illest. Trust me.
And he's one of those guys. Whatever. Who's the Illest still? But Rico Blocks told me this story, so that's fucking crazy, right? Either way, whatever. You battled it. You've come up before. It is what it is. You're a legend in the scene. But
those tournaments, like, it was probably where people first heard of me. People were like, I used to have a Bin Laden beard, like straight up, like a beard exactly like Bin Laden. And when I come out on stage with people that never heard of me because I had no songs, nothing, and they'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And they would boo me before I would rap and stuff.
It is,
and then I would battle people, and then it would switch the shit around. You know, like people would fucking go off like.
So it was definitely Who's the Illest. You're doing great with the interviews. I want you to go back, though, to that format thing you were describing from a history point. Let's talk about the world of battle rap in 2003 and the way it was manifested.
Okay, and it was like, it was a tournament. It was like kind of more fun, you know? Like every battle was judged, and you would do it all in one night. This shit was at Fufun. So it was like 300 people watching. Bigger crowd than any KOTD Montreal ever got. I'm not sure about DMS because I wasn't there. I couldn't testify, but bigger than any KOTD Montreal event. It was like, and it would be like maybe 16 rappers, I think, like a real like tournament tree. And you would face each other like, and you don't know who you're facing. So you're not pre-writing anything. You're facing a bunch of people you never met, you never heard of. You have no time, like the present time. You find out now, okay, you're facing this guy. And you're on stage, like an elevated stage. You've been to Foos, you know what I mean? It's not like you're rapping in like a hat store and stuff. Like, yeah, it had that concert feel. And there was a real DJ playing the beats, and the shit was short. You probably had like one round each, maybe like a minute. I'm not even sure. And then like whatever. Then you go to the finals. And I got to like 3rd place, whatever.
No, you won.
It was crazy. No, I didn't win.
But Rico, you won.
I mean, it probably felt like I did because I bodied I bodied the night. You know what I mean? Like the expectations were so low for me, and then I just bodied a bunch of people. But no, I didn't actually win. But thank you, Rico. I wish I did.
Well, I'll ask Justice because I can actually message him.
No, Justice was the one who won it. That's who beat me. There you go. Okay. That's who beat me in the finals. No, I wasn't 3rd place. I was 2nd place. My bad. It was the finals were me and Justice. Shout out to Justice. Strats. He beat me. Yeah, I beat 3 people, then Justice beat me. That's what happened. But even getting to the finals with him at that point was a thing because he was already more established. Like he was known. He's another good freestyler. Like a person that like known for like being at a party and just bang, spinning some shit. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. I don't know if he'll remember. Yeah, he won.
He remembers because I do know Justice from Day Job Land, so I actually have I can DM him relationship because we worked in corporate America together for a while. I don't know him from hip hop. And so I can hit him up like
Threats.
literally. I actually hit him up and I'm like, "Can I interview you, dude? You keep coming up. I think you're perfect." So I actually started
Shout
chatting
out
with
to
him.
corporate threats.
Yo, it's fucking cool, man. I like the fact that I got to meet that version of him because yo, to me, Justice, and I'm gonna say this every time his name fucking comes up, is the example. He went through hip hop and did all the cool shit and had a whole life with it. And I will never forget it. One of the first things he said to me is, "Don't be a rapper. I've been through there. Don't do that. You're not gonna make it as a rapper." Ironically, I'm sitting here as an interviewer and that shit's popping. And honestly, I had like one good song all year. So maybe he had a point about like the facts about my future. I don't think he's fully correct. I think I can totally do rap in a way. But man,
Send the shit to some people.
that's
Some
fucking
peeps.
cool. And it's all good,
What do you
man.
think?
We're
What do you
sorry.
think's more effective? Sending people fucking the link with the what up, yo, check this shit, or a post? Posts seem to be like super
So
ineffective
here's what's
these
up,
days.
man. Okay,
Fuck
I
posts.
got. If you want a criticism on your post a little bit, edit your damn post and put the link in. Don't like comment your link in the bottom
No, I
post.
know. Comment the
Uh,
link. I'm sending the link and posting the link. That's
but here's the
I'm just
thing.
putting the link.
Like, I stopped DMing people shit a long time ago. A long time ago. It worked for a minute, but I just kind of got bored with it. Look, there's certain people that I know I can DM stuff to because they're on like a list. And there's a list of people that are going to tell you I want those DMs. They're like your mailing list, right? So those people are fucking cool to send DMs to. Then I just post. And you know what I found is people will share it. And it's when they share shit that other people get invested in it. Because, yo, I don't necessarily know that I know all the people that are seeing this stream right now. There is the power of Coolman Logan inviting a bunch of shit to my event that actually put the word out more. So I would leverage things that are not posts or DMs as much as possible. I post a lot. So the algorithm's fucking weird with me, right? Like, I don't know. It wouldn't be like my go-to move. What do you guys think though? But like, I don't know. Like the thing about DMs is I feel like you can send somebody like 3 of them that'll count and then it's like fucking over and it's just kind of like done. They don't want to hear from you anymore. Like how many times is somebody really going to be able to stop and check out your song? And then here's the thing. Say like
I also have my shit on bad websites too. So I'm asking people to do something and then they might enjoy the song and be like, "Oh, I'm going to check the internet while I'm listening to the song," and then the fucking shit gets cut off. Shit's my fault.
Not necessarily.
No more of that in 2021. I do like Bandcamp though for like like you said, the money thing, like that they let you keep money. Like
here's the thing about life, man, and this is just for everybody out there because the big conversation comes up a lot about like where to be. Like take Twitch versus caffeine, take Spotify versus Bandcamp. Here's the facts. It's about brand reputation and shit. If you're a powerhouse in the world, you can do what you want and people will follow you. And to a degree, because there's not a lot of interview options, I was able to say, fuck it, we're going on Twitch. And if anybody really wants to be in the chat, they'll be here. Because there's not a lot of alternatives. But let's say there was a lot of alternatives on YouTube. I couldn't do shit all to make people come where I want. Then it's about being where people are. A little bit. So the thing is, I'm also on YouTube and I'm also on Facebook, and technically we're on Twitter too. We're streaming live to Twitter right now, so we're available and everybody can know.
Twitter.
I can say like, yo, check it, twitch.tv/behindthatsuit, come through. And then people can like be on the other platforms. And if they really want to be part of the chat, because I'm not even fucking paying attention to the other platforms, they're going to come here. That's some shit that Preach and Cobia taught me about Twitch. But then again, it comes down to the reality of the situation. YouTube's in a weird place with copyright. People feel funny about it. It's going corporate and clean. This isn't corporate and clean. We're in a different vibe. So Twitch is a better home. And a bunch of other shit pops into my head. So about good sites, the truth is, what the fuck is more accessible than Apple Music and Spotify? And
well, that's what's up. That's what I mean. Yeah. I need to get on them shit.
So like I have that one song you did that's a feature on some other guy's album on my Montreal artist playlist, Indigo something, I don't know, can't remember the name of it. I could look it up, but it's not really the big issue. But somebody featured you, and because of that, the Black Panther maybe.
Yeah, Tropical Fantasy.
That's the one.
My boy Black Panther, rest in peace, DJ Black Panther.
Rest in peace, indeed. But that guy featured you. That shit's on Spotify, and I was able to put it on my list. But the truth is, I'm using Spotify for that list. So anybody that wants to be on that list and have the music played has to be on Spotify, because I'm not really going to reinvent the wheel for my life. I pay $15 fucking a month so that me and my girlfriend can use Spotify. I'm a Spotify fucking guy. They've taken too much of my money now. I don't want to switch. You know, they know me.
He's a Spotify guy.
Honestly, Spotify's the shit. It's the best $15 I spend a month. I don't care what anyone says. Y'all can feel how you want. This is as a consumer. So here's what I don't like. I don't like downloading music and transferring it to my phone. I hate it. It takes so long. And then finding the right versions is annoying. And you know what I really like? Heart. And then it's right there ready to go when I want. Yeah. That's the best. And then podcasts are there too, which is cool because I've been learning a lot about ancient history and shit. So like, I don't know. Anyway, enough about Spotify. Let's go back to Coolman Logan's story. I'm sorry. I've been at this for 6.5 hours almost. I might be a little more rambly than normal. For me, it's like later in the stream.
Rambly.
But I'm
He's
loving
a Spotify
guy. So let me go back to your story. What happened after that tournament? Because we're not at Murderface yet. There's like 8 years between fucking a 2003 tournament and Murderface.
Yeah. Well, no, but Murderface was formed in 2009, I believe. Like late, fall 2009. But like that's when the album was dropped.
So why don't we go through anything significant that you want to share?
I just like molded my skills like just by being like just by like freestyling like the shit out of like just my existence. Like
so I know
I hung around off of that for so long. Like you couldn't name like a song of mine, even if like I performed songs, I'd have written songs that were ready, but like they weren't out, you know, I hadn't properly put anything out. So like just off of going to CKUT and freestyling and freestyle battles
talk about
and shit like that.
Let's pause there. Break that down. CKUT freestyle battles there. Break that down with more detail. It's Montreal history. You're a historian. Let's go.
Okay, well that is a show that started in the late 90s by my boy Orion Revolution. Shout out a true friend Orion who started this, and it's a hip hop radio show. It was 2 hours late at night on Wednesdays, Thursday morning, whatever you want to call it. So, and it was originally from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. and they would play like the theme kind of was playing underground hip hop, but they would play local Montreal rap too. But it was just generally like that type of independent rap they would play. And there was a half-hour segment every 3 a.m. It would be a half-hour segment of freestyle rapping. So it would be people that would be live there, but it was also a call-in show. And people would call the station and rap, and there would be battles and all kinds of shit. And it was super hype. And when it started, I mean, the show started, I think, without the freestyling thing. I think they added that, the freestyle hour, half hours, they called it. They added that a couple of years in. But that shit was heating up. Like a lot of like the best rappers in the city would call and shit like that at the beginning. And that's something I used to go to a lot, and I would kill that shit. So that was where I was like, I was better than people at that. So they'd play someone else's like song, and then it would go into me live, like yet again from last week. Or either I'd be there or I'd call in from someone's house or whatever. And I would, or whatever. Sometimes cell phone, and then you just murk it.
Yeah, no, but it's really cool that you're sharing that. It's actually come up
and
a
then
lot.
like and just like parties, like that was a thing. You used to rap in public. That was a thing. It's like you have to prove yourself in situations that weren't even shows, like other people's shows or house parties. If anyone else was saying that you were good, other people were like, yo, rap, rap.
All right, I experienced that a little bit. So So when I was like, okay, I feel like you're sharing a lot. I'll share a little bit. So one thing, a lot of people brought up CKUT, and that you came up again. I think it was Willie Scandals was saying how you guys would hang out and do the rapping. Actually, in the chat, Dave Dialect says, yo, he's here through the Facebook post. So you shared my Facebook post, right? Now, if I shared it, it goes to my people, but because you shared it, he came and clicked on it and ran it through. So that's how Facebook really works, is what you want is for me to share it. When I share it, you get more clicks than when you post it. That's why posts are really good. Then you get me, yo, Holden, can you go share that shit? And you go behind the scenes and you socially engineer it a bit. Anyhow, that's another conversation. But yo, Dave Dialect says that's when he first heard CL on CKUT. Right. So the fact is we got a man's here and a lot of people that heard you through the history of this, because a lot of people heard a lot of people for the first time. I know that Don Smooth is significant to a certain era of this. I don't know the full history of that. I hope to talk to him on this very channel down the future. Yo, shout out fucking D-Shade. D-Shade is in the fucking chat. Oh my gosh, that's a pleasure and a treat. I know Blaster was involved for a minute for a lot of this era, so I'm like piecing this shit together as I go along. So the more, shout out MC Puzzle 88 coming through on fucking CL's Facebook post. Look at the power of what you did, CL. By sharing somebody else's content, it actually works better than sharing your own content, because Facebook 100%. Is social media.
It's like that in real life. It's like that in real life too, If somebody else vouches for you when you're not there and stuff, it always looks better than no matter how good the product you have is. If it's you who's always saying like, yeah, I'm really good and stuff, it's so hard to believe.
Absolutely, man. But if you can actually talk a bit like more about like what it was like to be in that time and how music distribution worked and how you learned about hip hop, just to give people a sense of what it was like to be you in that era versus maybe now, because there's going to be young people, there's going to be people that don't know anything about what it was like. Like myself, I came in 2012. By then it's a different world. We were writing songs, So let's add some flavor to that a little bit, because you were there.
Okay, so you mean like around the time that I was going to CKUT and stuff?
Yeah, all of that. What was it like to sharpen your skills?
It's like super fun. You know what I mean? Like, the thing about freestyling is that it's a kind of thing that has a really low conversion rate. You know what I mean? Like, I feel the same way about like poutine. I like poutine a lot, but I really like a really good poutine. I don't fuck with like not good poutine. You know what I mean? Like, there's a real like. Anyway, I'm getting way away from the topic.
No.
I am. I don't want to talk about poutine.
You don't want to talk about poutine, but I love what the fuck you're saying. No, because here's the thing about that. It's like what you were saying actually makes a lot of fucking sense to me. Because you're right. A lot of poutines are fucking trash. That's just kind of what it is, But when you find
the more there is something, the more trash it will be.
And the thing is about poutine is it's so distorted now, right? It's everywhere. There's every kind. Poutineville lets you basically make your own poutine. What is a poutine? Is it, dude? It's gotten to the point where
what is it anymore? Like,
I don't like a classic poutine anymore because it's not souped up enough for my fucking bougie ass taste and shit.
But the thing is, if you had a proper one, you would like. I feel like the best poutines aren't in Montreal. They're like off-road shit. Like,
that's true.
Like other towns in Quebec, like places you would go when you're going somewhere else.
What is it? Your lady friend Bonnie, is it Gary's or whatever up by fucking Howick or whatever? That was a good poutine. But I'm still bougie with it. I want fucking chicken or something in my poutine.
Yeah. You want like some green peas and chicken, some sauteed, some mushrooms and caramelized onions.
I'm sorry, dude. It's been like 6
grilled pineapple and alligator meat.
But back to your point about freestyling. Yeah. It actually correlates because freestyling is kind of like that. A lot of people have a lot of technique, styles, and flavor to what they do. I happen to really, really fuck with what you do. I don't know. Maybe not everyone will. But the vibe that you fuck with your music is something that resonates super heavy with me. It is a flavor that I'm really into. But I like how you put it because it actually does fucking roll back into fucking, like your example was good, even if we didn't want to talk about it. Like, it was actually really apt, I found, as a good metaphor. So
there's even better examples, but yeah.
But is there? Because everybody knows what we're talking about when we talk about the accessibility of poutine. That actually made it a great bar. It made it like something.
Not from Montreal, though. Yeah, fair enough.
Everybody that really is going to be there, let's be real, there's going to be a huge heavy skew with it. It says Montreal legend is like right next to your name. So we can talk about Montreal shit. If you don't know what a fucking poutine is, dog, Google that shit.
Yeah, they're gonna find. Yeah, fair enough.
All right. So
freestyle. I have a lot of theories, a lot of things to say about freestyling. Freestyling is like one of those things that not a lot of people do well, and that results in a lot of other things. So first of all, like, because people don't do it well, the expectations are low. Like, when you do all right, it's really impressive. And like, so that's why it was a party to go to that show, because I was just like chilling with Orion and stuff. He's a funny host, like we're vibing, and like everybody there is there to like just create that kind of that momentum, that like vibe where like, yo, someone's gonna rap better than you want to rap better than them, but like we're still like a team, you know what I mean? And then also because freestyling is so hard, like if you have a bad freestyle, no one holds it against you. You bounce back and have a really good one. It's hard to even have a good one, So like the bar is so low for that, like to even be all right is amazing. And I always thought I was amazing because I was amazing. I was really good at freestyling before I could even write one bar. And like, so to me, it was like, yeah, I'm sharpening my skills, and I'm also like pretty much outshining everybody, no disrespect to anyone, but that's how I feel. And I feel like the reason why that it's not a thing we really talk about anymore in rap and shit is because a lot of people aren't good at it. So as a zoo would say, a lot of people don't have that chamber. You know, like they're not, can't do that. It's embarrassing for them to do it. And we're talking about people that can really write too. You know, and they wouldn't dare. And if they and when they do, it's super short lived. Like they'll do like 4 bars and they'll be like, yo, and make like a joke and stop. You know, not even rap the joke, just say the joke. So like anyway, not to be like too long winded, but that's what it's like. I think it's an amazing art form that's different from writing verses, that creates moments that you couldn't otherwise capture, that people have just decided is not shit, because they're like, oh well, I could write it way better, so why do I care about this? So you act like it's like in the infrastructure of like popular rap culture now to act like that's almost like a bad thing, you know, to freestyle.
I don't
and
know.
and, and to be
Is
Go
it
ahead.
though? I feel
It
like
depends. Not in our like our cliques. You know, like not like we're in the end of the week and shit. Like those people appreciate it,
because yo
and that's
man,
why
I'm
we're there to
saying
gather to do that. Because generally, that's not what people look for or appreciate.
I think that's a generalization that data might not support. There's entire crowds of people that follow Billboard that may not be into that. There's a lot of people that like melody that aren't into that. But with 2021, I mean, look, look at the Grammy list, dude. Look at who the fucker is up for like rapper of the year in the Grammys, man. It's like fucking Freddie Gibbs, Royce the 5'9",
That's
RTJ.
great, but that's nothing to do with freestyling, though.
But what I
I'm not.
mean more is like the tides of expectations of what people like are changing. If you were to say that these are the guys that would be up for a Grammy even 2 years ago, it would have been a joke.
Oh, I'm
So,
still surprised by it.
um,
But
I think
go
that
ahead.
like a little bit of an issue. There's a marketing problem across like everything in life right now. But at the same time, look at end of the week. They started their Zoom call, and because they started their Zoom call, they're able to grow. You know, even fuck
Hmm.
my life got enhanced. We're doing a show on their Zoom call. Fuck, like literally
Yeah, no, I don't
tomorrow.
mean
We're
to be
talking to
like a
Nunzio.
pessimist. I'm just saying
So
that there's a lot of people that they push it away.
So there's a lot of people that do push it away, but at the same time, for every person that pushes it away, I would
The
say
should.
there's another other person that like, look, dude, if you were to say Holden, do you like battle rap 2 years ago? I'd be like, nah. But I became a fan of battle rap about a month and a half, 2 months ago. Like I was a sincere fan of this shit, freestyling off the dome, fucking going at it. Part of it was exposure to end of the week. Part of it was being able to jump on the Zoom call because you know what never happened before? There was never some shit before 11 p.m. I could jump at. Where the fuck was it, dude? I'm not going to the park at 2 in the fucking morning on the other side of the fucking city to hear you guys stand in a fucking concrete fucking park spitting till 3 in the
Oh,
morning.
but it wasn't like that though. It wasn't like it was like you do that where there already be people. Like a
I mean,
party
that's
would
like
just happen.
what I'm saying. That's my experiences of it nowadays. Like, where am I going to go to actually experience
You're not
these
gonna go
moments?
anywhere because it's
But
over
then
for
Zoom
now.
happened and the internet happened. And I can
Yeah.
tell you, I've watched Coolman Logan fucking rap all sorts of shit on the internet this year. Like, you've done
You
a
see
lot
me in
that I've
real
seen.
life though. You saw me in real life. Which one was the best time that you saw me rap? Be
I've literally
honest.
seen you in real life one time, dude. So
Yeah,
I've
but
seen you
that
mostly
was the
on
best
Zoom.
one, and I
I don't know
murdered
about
it.
that. I
I've
think that's
never
not
rapped
even
that
true.
good ever in the Zoom. I promise you.
Maybe the energy
I
was
killed it.
different, but I've heard you say witty ass shit in the Zoom so many times off the dome that it's like, yo, I don't know if that's true. It might not
No,
be the
I'm not to say
same.
I've never had bars in the Zoom. For
But
sure
I'm
I have.
saying that from
But
my
like,
experience, though,
okay.
I don't feel that different. Like my whole experience with battle rap is on YouTube. So for me, seeing you do it on the Zoom is completely different. I never had that moment of being in the room spitting on the stage. There's no correlation in that energy. But I'm
No,
really
I'm glad you
accustomed to,
appreciate it.
so I'm glad to watch you do shit on the Zoom and spit some off the domes and do some crazy shit. Because I watched you do some crazy shit. I watched you do Justice for It and not fuck it up. Go 6 minutes, is totally good, and it sounded fucking fire. And it was over
Again,
the
that's a
Zoom.
written though. That thank you very much. And that's a
No, but
song's
I'm
very
saying
important to
you
me.
can do both. That's my point.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I just
true.
said followed up off. It was right after the off the dome
Okay,
point,
fair
so I'm
enough. Yeah, yeah,
correlating it
yeah.
into that, right?
Okay, fair
So
enough.
I'll have to say, look, not everyone's gonna feel it, but I think the landscape is shifting, and there's a lot of people that are impressed. You know what happened to me, dude? When I started freestyling, office workers gave a shit more. I'm not gonna lie to you. So what happened was I could do shit like look at the fucking chat and see your lady friend Bonnie's over there and it's yellow and Vincent Pryor's orange and there's a fucking door hinge and people fucking like that shit because it's legit. People love that shit, dude.
You
They
never seen
actually
it happen. Yeah.
so it's a spectacle of a live in-person thing where I think a lot of what you're saying about the experience where, look, if I fuck that up, who cares? You know I didn't write that shit, right? But then there's the show side of it
Okay, go ahead.
where you have these songs in this whole other universe and they're just kind of in conundrum. But I think we as performers overthink what fans think. because we're fucking performers. And fans just like shit as long as it's really easy for them to access it. They're never coming to the show again. But if we do it on the internet,
I'm a fan too. I'm a fan of everything that I like. I don't listen to stuff too passively. Like if I like something, I like it. You know what I mean? If I like it a little bit, I know that I like it. I'm still gonna listen to it again. I might listen to a song 2 years later because like I still like it. I just don't like it that much. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes any sense to you. But I don't like just like it's not like fuck everything that came out in 2017 that was just pretty good. You're an
artist, dog.
It's
you don't see it the same. Like, listen,
I like a lot of shit.
When I listen to your flow, I'm like listening for little things that other people might not even be noticing, and it might be why maybe I have an appreciation for you. Not everyone likes your shit, right? But like I'm noticing these little nuances that I don't expect like my girlfriend to notice because she has never written a flow. Like if you've never written a flow, but once you've written a flow, how do you go back? You can never listen to shit again and not start studying with every single song.
I don't agree with that either, though. I don't think that. I don't feel that way because I like a lot of shit that I don't think that doesn't impress me. If that makes any sense, like it's like yo, that's really good. I still think I'm better, but that's really good. You know what I mean? And if someone genuinely thinks that they're that fire, it wouldn't have to be like their favorite artist in the world for them to admit that it's good. They don't have to be like outdone. A lot of people will be like, I can make that song. So yeah, exactly. You can make that song. Y'all are both good. Like relax. You know what I mean? Like people don't want to give any credit. I like a lot of shit. I don't analyze shit that deep. I don't think like, I would write a better punchline because even if I would, it doesn't mean they didn't do good. Like,
there's one big difference between you and me. I did album reviews for a long time, and literally all I hear in music is this breakdown of like review brain kicks in. So like I actually stopped in the summer because I lost a love for music in a way that had never happened to me before. It became so work, so like
it's not good.
And then I'm like, I don't even really want to listen to anything. And I spent like 2-3 months like watching video game breakdowns at work instead of listening to music. And it was fucking like it was a good at least 2 months where I really like had no passion for listening to music except for my shit. I was feeling myself at that moment. So I was very happy I think like I really I wrote and recorded Lose Weight during that period. So like I was really feeling myself, but like I wasn't really in a place where I could listen to other people anymore. I hit this saturation point where it was too much, too fast. So maybe it's part of that, but like, I have a lot of trouble just being like a fan of people, but at the same time, I'm a big fan of everything. I'm a big fan of people that like put out an authentic effort, and I'm a big fan of people who try, and I'm a big fan of people who like grind and shit. So like, it's more like I've become a point where I'm more fan of attitudes than I am a fan of like actual craftsmanship, because I feel like everyone can get better. Maybe it takes a long time to go from bad to less good.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it could take another 8 years to go from less good to good. But you might be a 62-year-old and bust out the banger for the old people. Like maybe like, Grandma Twerking turns out to be the hit of the future and you write it. I'm not the one.
I never said it is the hit of the future, 100%. And I never said that. I never said that the person that's terrible that becomes bad shouldn't like embark in that journey.
No, I just love that bar, dude.
Because an improvement is an improvement. It is an improvement. Like I know it sounds like really tongue in cheek, but like it's true. And then from bad, you could one day maybe be mediocre,
And then from mediocre, look, if you watch my reviews back in the day, it would never have been anything I would have tried to do in 2017 would have sucked. It wouldn't have been this. I would have been an arrogant asshole. I could never have managed this kind of a moment in a cool way. Like this took. It went from
look how good you've got, how much better you got in interview.
Dude, I'm still like, I'm not good now. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm not good. See, because Joe Rogan's in this conversation. Fucking Nardwuar is in this conversation, right? Like the goats are in this fucking conversation.
Yeah, like 3 decades deep in experience and shit like that.
That means that's what excellence is. So I feel like I'm not good on my way to mediocre. That's how I feel. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe y'all lift me up and it's like whatever, and I appreciate the flowers for that regard because people keep saying that. But like for me, it's like there's still so much more to grow on this. I'm like going, am I talking too much? Blah, blah. Nah, I'm still staring at numbers and clocks and shit. These guys don't give a fuck. They're just good. They're like pros, and I'm like, that's the dream. Me at the end of the year, in like December 2021, I might be a little bit more like, okay, I'm feeling myself. But right now, it's still new and it's big, like it's still big moments and shit. But let's go back to your big moments. So you grinding out your sword, freestyling it up, and then I mean, I don't know if anything else super significant happens. You're at CKUT, you're doing the radio freestyles.
It was
You
just all
fucking
these like highs. Like, okay, look, you know what's funny? We're talking about the EO Dub barbecue, and like I mean by like no stretch of exaggeration that it was like in the upper like 3 percentile of performances in my life, because it was in between the two like big COVID strikes or whatever you want to call it. And it was like, it was what, we were like 20, 30 people. It's a huge park, Jerry Park.
yeah,
Anyway,
it was possibly more, dude. It was
yeah,
fucking
I
rad.
crazy killed at that time, and you don't remember it. And what's also funny is that you helped make it happen, because I was all stressed and I wanted to smoke, but I didn't want to roll, and I had that just a perfect amount of fucking Arizona Arizona fruit punch and fucking vodka. I think it was. I don't know why I perform hype on vodka, but I do. And you, it was like, yo, I got this SQDC pre-roll, and fucking thankfully it wasn't even shit. It wasn't even garbagey. Okay, that's why it was good. Right? and then so yeah, I crazy killed it that time, and you don't remember it. So that was like a lot of my high points were just things like that, where I just like, people would be like, they could tell you I killed it, but they couldn't tell you when it happened or one line or nothing, because we're all fucking, it's late at night. You know what I mean? Like, we're wasted. I'm freestyling it. I never thought about it again. You know what I mean?
But I can tell you about all these Zoom calls that I loved because I remembered them. I wasn't wasted. I was in my room. It was comfortable. My girlfriend was right next to me, and there were great moments that were enhanced by Coolman Logan's performances. Just to put it into contrast, so that you have something else to like, just a way to look at it, okay? Because I think the future's the Zoom calls and not the parks, man. You think people are going outside anytime after this for a while?
Don't get me wrong. No, there's not going to be any parks. I'm just saying that effect you can't recreate in a Zoom. Like, if like, put it this way, if you guys, people that have only seen me perform in Zoom, or with that one exception like you, if you guys think I'm good, then like live, it's a whole different story. Like, it's not even the same thing. Like, so if you guys think I'm good off of this, that's a huge compliment. Because like I like, it's a different effect when the vibration of that person's voice is in the room with you. It's going through channels when you're on a Zoom. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that it's not good. It's great. It's 100 times better than nothing. You know what I mean? No, it's not the same as in person to me.
No,
like,
it's not. Look, and I'm not trying to like say, because a lot of people seem to think I had these grandiose ideas when I go down these train of thoughts that like nobody's ever gonna want to go to a live show again. I'm like, fuck that. I want this entire interview to be done in a bar, stream live to Twitch. It's an accessibility thing. When you start doing it live, everyone can watch.
Oh, I agree with that. Well, if you could do like a fucking Twitch park thing.
Yo, you can. I literally just need a place that has good internet and the right equipment, and it's not even expensive. I probably own most of the shit I need to pull it off, to be honest with you. Like, or just buy a couple little wireless fucking mics. Or I don't fucking know. That's not really that interesting, unless you guys really care about the technical specifications of throwing a live podcast event. But that's not.
No,
really
I don't care. Like, I'm exaggerating. Like, I love rapping in the Zoom too. Like, I love if people are listening to me rap, then that's a good thing. That's like, that's like, going in the right direction.
I honestly feel
no matter
like
what we're there. Yeah.
I feel like in a lot of ways, because this is being done over something like Twitch, which weirdly enough encourages people to chat and stick around. I don't know what it is, but they do. It's fucking cool. And like, I feel like it helps like people like do normal shit while they consume your content. Because one of the things that I'm facing in my life is I'm getting older and everybody has kids and shit. So I'm like, yo, come to the show. They're like, bro, babysitter. And I'm like, I don't know how to answer that. I don't want you to have a cost in your life to come to my show. But if I can like do this, my mom's popped in.
Sure,
my mom's
you can take the content in. Right, I hear what you mean. You can take the content in without having to go venture somewhere, which obviously is super important and relevant right now.
I would love to do this in person more. You know, it'd be so much more fun. I'm just saying that I'm not hating the fact that it's not in person as much. Well, no,
I know, me neither. But this is an interview. This is different. I feel like Zoom
it's way better in person, man. It's so much better in person, dude. Because I wasn't doing them in person.
I'm only speaking for myself. Like, I would probably be like equally as mediocre in being an interviewee in real life.
You are not a mediocre person. This is one of my favorite interviews, dude. Because you're my kind of people. You
I don't think I'm a mediocre person. Respect, though. Thank you.
No, I don't think you're a mediocre interviewee. I think you're my kind of people, and we're having a Holden kind of conversation. And I'm not allowed to have these with my girlfriend. She just goes, blah 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 when I start going off on my weird Holden tangents. But I'm following you, dude. This is riveting. This is like, yo, I want to keep doing this because I'm enjoying this conversation. So I don't know how it could be bad or terrible. You're giving me a pleasurable way to bring in the new year. That's what's happening in this moment. And in person, it would be even better. That's the truth of it. But it doesn't suck over Zoom. That's what I learned.
No, it's true. Well, Zoom is particularly has better sound than if we did like a Facebook video call or some shit like that. Like, it's definitely way better sound.
But I actually got the Zoom because it is the best quality sound for this, and you can get one for like $20 to get unlimited calls. So it's like, yeah, I guess for me, I should probably spend $23 a month on this. It's not really that big of an expense. All right, so you're what you shared though is a knowledge.
I was talking about the highs. We're talking about
go ahead. Like that's a knowledge nugget. It actually just clicked a little bit what you were saying as I thought about it for my recap. But the problem, in a sense, with the world that you're in and how your grind came up was that it wasn't necessarily recorded the way songs are and the way you can follow the career of a songwriter publishing over SoundCloud or this or that, right? It was a lot more moments that were dope that weren't caught on camera because that wasn't the thing to do in the era. And I think that's fucking interesting, right? Just for a context for when people look at it today, where like literally I could just write a freestyle and put it on TikTok and it's there for the world to see, you know, like it's a different world.
Sure.
Also, if you're not doing that, go on TikTok and just do freestyles every day.
Speaking of 2021 positivity, from our first properly rhythmically entered question, answer, response, begin time, the good side of being me and not being somebody else is that they have like good songs and I have me. Like people, I'm known for me. They're known for you know what I mean? For this, that, for the oh, that was a great video with your 2-minute and 15-minute song. Great beat. We love you. You know what I mean? So that person will get more love than me, like short term.
Hold on, are they really getting it, or is their engineer getting it?
The engineer gets never enough love. Engineer and
Big
the producers
facts.
and the beat makers never get enough love.
You're right.
Big up Vince,
you know what I was trying to say,
all you guys, man.
But I love how you answered that because you're right. No, but go on. That's true. That's fair. They should get more love, but I believe when people like are commenting how the beat's really good, they're not necessarily complimenting the performance of an MC. It's actually like a weird compliment as a rapper to receive. Like, yo, I didn't make the beat. I didn't make some.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the person could have been good or nothing. Like it doesn't mean that they weren't good. Like, they did all right on the really good beat or something, you know, or they had a good hook. Or someone else did the hook. You know, there's a lot of ways to make a good song, but if it's just a good song and not a great song, it only lasts for like a certain period.
No, I heard what you were saying.
Being good at something, I'm like a commodity that exists in real time. So it's like, oh, CL's at the party. Oh, okay. Now he can rap and fucking destroy everybody. But then somebody else is like, oh, do I have the fucking wave file in my song to show everybody? No, I don't. I guess no one will ever know. And there's nothing they can do about it.
But that's such an interesting thing, right? Like that kind of
depend on technology, and I don't, for example.
You're starting to, you know why? Because I see.
No. I mean, I try not to think of this as real life. Like life is on pause. Like the world is on pause.
It's not.
In World One, the things I said, blah blah blah.
Okay, I accept.
Hold on, I need to.
But A, I wanted to take a little break. See, poo, it is what it is. But B, there's just shit in that song that's powerful. It correlates the fact that the issues are at home. Like, I go by Nicholas Gibbs's memorial, right? Like, that's like part of my running route. So I literally run and I see it. And I think about your bars. In my opinion, you wrote Song of the Year for Holden. Wrote that one. You took 2020 with that track, in my opinion. Other people might not agree with me, but for everything I heard, that's Song of the Year. That's what it is. I've been thinking about my of the years lately, but I don't think there's another song I heard all year that hit me harder than that.
I really appreciate that, man. I feel like you know what? It's actually gonna, because that wasn't even the final mix, and the mastered version is gonna come out soon enough. So I want to try to give it a new like momentum, you know, not the song, so much the topic, you know. And I feel like everybody was talking about it when I did make the song. Not because of me, obviously, because of what was going on. And then I feel like now we're just not talking about it. I think like everybody's caught up in COVID, and it's still, there's been a lot of news stories too of police brutality, that we don't even hear about it. It's like the smallest news story now. Like very similar things to what happened to George Floyd that are just now. You just see them as just like a one, maybe one person in your feed posted it type thing, but it doesn't have that circulation.
The media
Um,
cycle has moved on, is the truth of it.
yes,
So
exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's not trendy
because
anymore, but
there's,
nothing's changed, right? So
I mean, nothing really changed. Like, I went to the protests. We looked at everything, and maybe this police department got defunded over there, and this place did that thing, and that place did this thing. But at the end of the day, oh, there's a new president, I guess. I don't know. I mean, like, that's how I feel about it. Like, I don't know, like, a lot of weird
we'll
shit.
see
Like,
what happens with that.
but like, end of the
I
day,
just
you're
like it's
right.
not we don't make the decisions in the end, but it's like we do at the same time because public pressure is what pressures politicians to fix things that they don't actually care about, right?
Mm.
That's how it
And,
works. And then while we were doing that, uh, like not me, like the people that did like the brave shit, to, like the brave to go protest in fucking Minneapolis and shit like that. Like, I mean, think about it. They weren't even going to arrest those guys, right? There had to be like crazy riots, and they got those guys arrested. It was the only thing that worked. You know what I mean? Like, it really is. We do make all the difference. Like, that's what's so crazy.
and even to that effect, as much as it's, look, here's the one thing I can say: as much as it's not the main conversation point, the tide has started to change in circles I didn't really expect it to change in. There's a lot of people that are more willing to accept that there's a problem than I've ever seen before. I saw things like, I don't know how else to frame this, but white people checking white people in a way I've never seen before. And I don't see that going away. In fact, I actually see a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
backing the fuck down on edginess at the end of the
Yeah.
day. And like the tide is changing. It seems like there's this global effort to embrace kindness a little more. And even like within myself, like I'm trying to be more positive. I'm trying to be more uplifting in my soul.
Yeah.
I have occasional moments, like maybe sometimes I'll write a little essay about a little album that maybe I should have moved on from and wrote a few too many posts about here and there. But usually, in general, it's about like growth, and like trying to be better. And I think a lot of us are actually on that tip. And that's kind of like what's happening right now. And I see it in you. You're at your own pace and way. You're doing the same thing, trying to embrace the more positive vibes and just rolling with life as it is. So I think the future is a little brighter. And while maybe it isn't the forefront of attention, in a way, a lot of seeds got planted that will grow into the revolutionary changes down the line, is what I predict is going to happen, because people are unfortunately fickle with their intention and we can't like change that. But I don't think anybody's ever going to forget that either. That was an unforgettable video to watch. Like, you will never forget it for the rest of your life, whoever you are. It's just you won't forget it. Anyway, let's go back to you and move it into a more positive, I guess, direction, because this is important. That's why I played your track in full, dude. I played it like 3 times on this fucking stream so far.
No, I mean that's definitely something we should talk about like a lot. Like the less everyone talks about it, the more that we should all talk about it. And like it's not good to just be complacent and be like, oh, I was super mad about this in like October and like, but now what can you do? Like that. It's like that. What can you do? Attitude comes from the fact that people aren't directly affected.
So I
You know what I mean?
definitely, I'm not limited to a what can I do. I mean, for
No, I wasn't
myself.
calling you out. I
Oh,
wasn't
no,
talking
no.
about you. I'm just
But I
saying.
just also think like I have a little bit of empathy for the fact that not everybody can learn and absorb as quick as me. So sometimes
No, my
people
bad. I
just,
forgot what I was gonna say. My bad. You were talking about kindness. And I
yeah.
was saying that like especially try to be patient with people who go through things that you don't go through. It seems like a
Mm.
pretty like straightforward like thing. Like if you don't have that problem and they do, you should only have like be listening. You know what I mean? Only have like sympathy, because if you never, it's just something that's never could happen to you, the same way that it would happen to them. Then you need to. It should go without saying that you would only have sympathy for them, and to not want that to happen, to speak up against it at any opportunity that you have. It just goes without saying. It's like I don't find it's remarkable that how much we denounced racism. I think it's remarkable how little we used to denounce it. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah, to
generally
that
speaking.
effect, a part of my reading quest this year brought me a lot of knowledge. At one point, I think it was in the 30s, 5% of the U.S. population was in the Klan. 5% of the U.S. population, dude. That's a pretty big number.
That's really fucking despicable.
That's like nearly the whole population of modern Canada.
That's fucking disgusting, man.
And not maybe the whole population, at least half the
They're
population.
in decline, and that means first of all, that, like, you got to isolate that number as it's not like if you're like trying to solve like crime, like when you how many people you arrest is not how many people do crime, right? Like in a city, the amount of arrests that happen, that's not crime. That's a relative number to who got caught. So when you have 5% of people that are in the Klan, those are 5% of people that are registered to wear white sheets and look like a fucking psychopath and totally have everybody know that they're fucking racist.
But it's even more than that, right?
That's leaving out the 10, the 20, 30 other ones that feel that way.
Let's go as far as, because back then it was even cool, right? It was just part of the system. When they say systemic, I don't think people realize for a lot of places the Klan was the government, the Klan was the police, the Klan was the judge, the Klan was the jury, but look, I'm talking in a more blatant way, like they are, but it's not like 1930s. Okay, like it's different now. Like there have been some things that have changed.
Well,
so
it's not cool. It's not cool. So it's
but what I'm saying is when you look at what it was, I want to make the emphasis for how fucking bad it was, because I really don't think we can make the comparison and even call anything that's going on today to say. And I'm not trying to diminish the problems that are happening today. We are not there. But I also think that part of the problem is a lot of us don't actually know how bad it was, how recently. Like, I read some stories about the Jamaican slave revolt, about the way that slaves were treated in 1860 something. That's not like that long ago, right? Like that's not
super
like
not long ago.
So when you're
That's
reading
like
about the way
humans
are
lives.
Like when you read about how people are like actually treated as property, like there's a story that I'll never forget from this book that's told from whatever, where this man was basically forcing his lady to perform oral on him. I'm trying to be clean with the language. After he had beaten the shit out of her, and then when he was done, he just threw her to the ground and shot her. And I'm like, yo, like when you actually process that that's the way that slaves were treated, right? Like by a white dude, and he could just do that. Like that's like a level of like. Yeah. Like, have you ever actually thought about what that looks like in real life? Like, actually had to visualize that scene?
Well, that book that you posted, Miss Jane Pittman, I read that book. Like,
yo.
And that does, like,
basically kill her fucking son for protesting.
Yeah. You know, like, the thing that we also, as people that don't have that in our lineage, fortunate enough, we don't understand generational trauma. That's like a whole other thing. So it's like there's years ago this and years ago that, but years ago is not that many years ago, and it gets passed down through generations.
Can I give
people have trauma of things that their ancestors experienced?
Can I give you a relatable?
It's so much deeper than we could even really like. It's kind of hard for us to pull it apart more than that, because it's crazy generational.
But I can give you like
something happened before you're born. And go ahead.
Just I have like a really like relatable issue that was brought up on this kind of issue of like a modern version of this shit. So shout out Sammy Sue, likes you a lot. She's enjoying this vibe. But check it. I was talking to Bones Brigante, who's a battle rap dude, and Bones Brigante was describing fashion to me from the perspective of a guy who grew up in the 90s in like Harlem or Bronx or one of these places, right? So this is modern, right? Like he's a little bit older than me. Not that much, but grew up in a very different place than me, right? And he was describing that part of the reason fashion is so important is because there was no other way to display that you even had money. You were not able to buy a house because of redlining and discrimination. And if you don't know what redlining is, it is like this literal tactic of like, of like forcing black people into certain communities that were like whatever. I don't know the exact fuck. Just Google redlining. I can't break it down right now. It's called redlining. You should know what the fuck it is. It's really fucked up.
Yeah,
but the way the educational shit is set up, look at literacy rates of people and shit. There's some fucked up shit when you actually deep dive into like modern metrics.
Rental boards and all that, they wouldn't let them get certain places, and
like property.
Just keep them out of life, and like.
And so, like, if you're growing up in an environment where nobody can buy a house, where nobody can invest in a company, where nobody can get a job, at the end of the day, what do you have outside of fashion? What is there? Right. There's nothing. And I'm like, oh, that's why, like, you'll see me rocking that Walmart, but I got a lot of gear in my room. But like literally, this is a Walmart sweater my girlfriend's mom bought me, so I'm wearing it because it's
Yeah,
kind
but
of new.
that could just be your own thing anyway. You know what I
No,
mean? Like
but I've also never liked the
whatever.
grandiosity of
It's
fashion.
not
But it
because
was
you're white that
also,
you're wearing that, Holden.
it's
Like
not
that's not
because
how it
I'm
works.
white. That's not what I'm saying. It's because the world I grew up in pushed me towards different value systems than another world. So it's not about my color of skin, but I'm gonna argue that
It's just your experience. Yeah. It
I
shaped
was
you
pushed towards middle
to not
class
value
normative
fashion. Okay.
values more than I was pushed towards. Like I was always told, get that house, dog, save that money,
Yeah.
as
But
opposed
wearing
to
nice clothes is like a very universally
yeah.
overrated thing. You know what I
But
mean?
what I didn't
But like
realize
I do
is to
understand what
some
Bones is talking
people
about.
is that it's the only thing that is
It's also
available.
style. It's not just like the number what you spent on the money of your
But this
outfit. It's how you put
trend,
it together and shit like that. It's your
but
own
it was
personal
more
like
like
expression.
about having the hottest shit. And sometimes the hottest shit did cost money. And that's how, I mean, maybe I'm misreading parts of what he said, but I took it like, listen, being able to be like, not necessarily expensive, but like to always be fresh with it was more important, right? So like, I'm just happy to wear the same fucking sweater every day. And I've been really thinking a lot about that because not everybody's like that. And maybe I'm kind of wrong on that issue. Wrong is not the right word, but I am trying to be more
Whatever you want to do, man.
marketably appealing to people. And if there are people that will judge me for wearing the same sweater in every fucking review, then maybe I should have 15 sweaters and a few other t-shirts so I can at least
Some
rock up
people
some
will
color.
like you for having the same sweater. You're the sweater
That's
suit guy behind the sweater.
but that's fair.
Behind the
No, it's
sweater,
because
behind the
it's because
suit.
I wear a fucking suit when I rap everywhere. So that's why I'm not rapping. I'm not
It's
rapper
not-
Holden here.
Some people might like the suit. A lot of people like the suit. A
Wow,
lot
the
of people
suit,
are
but the
gonna not
suit's a
like the suit.
different.
They'll be like, oh, the guy with the suit,
Fuck
and that's
that. The
fine.
suit's always got it. I've never had a person
Fuck
not like
them,
the
of
suit.
course.
Everybody likes the suit.
Not to your
It's
face.
just
Yeah.
I don't have the money to
I
wear
like it.
suits every day.
I like suits. I wore a
Because,
suit
yo,
before the
I
rap.
don't think
Feels
people
good.
have any idea how expensive the dry cleaning bill on suits every day really is. It's not actually about buying the suits. It's about maintaining wearing the suits. That would add like $150 to my laundry bill. And I'm like, that's too much for I'm not that rich. But that's the dream is to wear suits all day. But I thought it was cool.
I
Like
rapped
behind
at a
that,
wedding once. I was wearing so I rapped at a wedding. That's a rare thing.
every
That
time
felt
I'm in
really
the
good.
Dub Zoom call, I'm
Shout out
always
to
wearing
John.
a suit.
Shout out to JD.
But
I
yeah,
rapped
every
at his
time.
wedding. He was in the thing today.
That's fucking
Yeah, man, I
dope.
rapped at a wedding and performed one song, but it was such a cool place to perform at.
That's dope,
A
man.
wedding. That was
But
fun.
yeah, man, I could wish I could wear a suit all day, but that's not the vibe. This is a different. This is behind that suit vibes, you know? Like it's kind of
This is
just
the-
it's my universe in a
Gray hoodie
sense.
vibe.
In this moment, yeah. What's important is to make sure something says Montreal on it. That's the only rule I really have for my shit. I don't know. I guess that's fair. Sammy's saying it. She has some old ass clothes that she still can rock to this day. That's fair. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm just like saying. I actually
Well,
think a lot
dressing
about
up
this
isn't
shit.
isn't only how much way partially you do want to spend on good items of clothes, but it's also how you pair this with that and that with this, and you know what I mean. There's a whole science to it
And
that
I appreciate
I do
that.
not possess.
I don't really
But
possess it either.
other people do.
I know that matching colors is cool, and I know that I posted a picture with
It's
a
actually
jacket.
considered not cool. I think. Actually, no. Don't ask me. I don't know.
I don't know either. I know that
I
stuff
think
that
you're not
match.
supposed to match. I don't know if you're
This
supposed.
is
I
probably
think you're
very
supposed to.
comedic for some people. You know, like this has got to
Yo,
be
you're
like.
supposed to. No, you're supposed to not match, but without clashing. Clashing
I'm
is
like-
the opposite of matching, but you have to be somewhere in between, where the colors have to go well with each other, but they're not the same color.
So I know earth tones fuck with each
Something
other.
like that.
I know what that
That's
means.
funny.
I know what an earth tone is. So I know that that's true. So I fuck with earth tones because I know what they are. I don't go off and outside of them. I know black works with pretty much everything, so I can fuck with black a lot. And I know that I spill shit on everything I own. So like, yo, I bought this sweater's new. I spilled e-cig juice all over it. It's already fucking stained, and I don't know if I can ever wear it in public now. And so I don't know.
This is the Fashion Kings podcast, the separate segment we're doing in between. The Fashion
This is
Kings
fucking
podcast.
great, man. I'm not gonna
Sauce
lie.
spills. Can somebody in the comment section help us and tell us how it works with the matching and the not matching?
Yeah, there's like
Come on, help
somebody
us
out
out,
there
guys.
has got to actually know a little bit more about this. That is probably fucking chuckling. I appreciate y'all.
You know
This
what? One of
is
the
why-
first things I ever did. You asked me what was the best high moments. Actually, I rapped at the end of the week, and like I got a really good reaction. Like
That's
it was
dope.
like 2005 or 6, and at that point I never got in. Well, that's not true, but I got in a lot of big reactions. But that
Actually,
night I got one of my biggest ones from a bunch of New York strangers. Like, so big up New York. And your friend Iron Solomon was the one who signed me up.
That's fucking amazing. I remember you said that on the Iron Solomon. That was cool of you to be there for that. Can we go back to end of the week? When did you first fuck with them? When did you first discover them?
That was
this
it.
after?
That was it. My friend at the time, he
When was this?
like 2005 or 6. I'm not sure.
Okay, that's cool because that's before
the
Murder
YouTube
Face.
says 2006, so it confused me. I look back at it, but yeah, like I guess he had heard of it. He told me about it, and I went. It was the coolest like rap thing I'd ever been to. Like, well, I mean, as far as something I would be performing in myself, you know what I mean, participating in, because people were like not trash. They were exceedingly not trash. You know what I mean? Like that's what I remembered about End of the Week. There was like about 30 rappers there, and that there was about maybe 28 of them were good. And I could even be wrong. It might even be 30. Like no disrespect to the two. The two might have even just been pretty good. Like everybody was fired. And then I was like, oh shit, this is kind of like a bit intimidating. But I was like, no, I'm good. I'm a good rapper, you know. And I spat like a one written I had. I did a 16 written and a 16 freestyle. And both times, like I got a lot of love, you know. It was all good. And I was like, yo, New York likes me. I don't care what anyone says. I was thinking, no disrespect Montreal, but come on, you guys know better.
No, that's exactly how I feel. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's like, yeah, exactly. And it's not that a Montreal person's opinion is worthless, but it automatically becomes worthless if that person were to say I'm trash, and then somebody from the Bronx is like, nah, man, he's fired. Like it just discounts you. Like you could be you might be a hater, you know, like you very likely are. Like so, and this is something I've learned. So since we're on the end of the week subject, like they gave me a new like level of fuel. Like these guys, like telling you, like it's like this league, it's this rap league where like it's really about rapping. It's like a different universe than the pardon me. Oops.
No worries, man.
On my tree. No worries, because I'm joking.
No, we're good.
Anyway,
man.
So yeah, it's like rap boot camp. You know, you're like competing, but you're not. Like everybody's on the same team. Like it's all love, but you don't want to be like hanging like in the air, like looking all trash. You know, like so you force yourself. You go hard, and it's not that I wasn't good before them, but see, I did it with class that time. I don't know if that works.
I did work. I was like, the fuck happened to the audio?
I did it with class. Anyway, those people, if you're good, they're gonna bring it out of you. If you're all right and like you've been getting love from your city, shit like that, you're gonna feel like a fucking bum when you rap with these guys. Like, and so big up to all those people, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna start naming them because we'll be here for the rest of the night because it's everybody.
I wanted to say every time
and rest in peace to vice versa.
Every time I do end of the week, I just want Big Zoo to be like, I didn't know you got bars like that. And he's never done it, and it makes me feel like I got to do better. I'm not even going to lie. Like, I have to step it up. Like, how the fuck am I going to get Big Zoo to even say that one time? You know what I mean?
The official fucking approvals. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, that's the thing. It made me feel like anything anyone's ever said from here has no validity now because it makes no sense. Because these people don't know me in real life, except I bumped into Zoo once. You know what's funny? I have a funny Zoo story. When the I Don't Give a Fuck video, the only video I've ever put out, when I was doing the shoot, this is 5 years ago, Zoo was in town for an end of the week thing. I didn't even know of him like at the time. And he just showed up, like we were freestyling after, and this guy just ran up and rapped for 5 minutes and fucking murdered it and left. That's how I know Zoo. And my boy who did the video, I'm like, yo, you have the footage of that guy Zoo? He's slacking a bit. Yeah, he's gonna let me know, I guess. But yeah, that shit was crazy. So that's the only person I actually know. And those people have fucking shown me wild love, you know what I mean? And then when you're good and people tell you you're good, you go in after. You know what I mean? And you do things that they didn't even think you could do. So like they didn't think you were crazy, you know? They thought you were good, and then you go and you go and get crazy off with it, you know? It's like there's a crab in a barrel mentality over here, and then you have like New York where there's like 300 times as many rappers and maybe 1,000 times as many good rappers, and then they're fucking offering support to a person like me. That'll boost your confidence, you know what I mean? You keep moving, like, and you're like, yo, if they like it, then what the fuck's the problem, you know? like the place where rap was invented, specifically the Bronx. You know, like
So
big
like,
up
I feel
Figueroa.
like I can really relate to that because end of the week let me up on their Zoom to do this with New York people and talk to like I'm talking to Nunzio tomorrow, just a plug for tomorrow's stream, as we talk about the history at end of the week tomorrow. So if you really want to learn a lot more about that, tune in and it'll be a fucking good time. You might even see a Coolman Logan on the call. It just might be what it is. And so like the thing is when people in New York from like this guy worked at fucking Bad Boy, and he's like, "You're fun to talk to. I want to come back and do a part 2 3 weeks later. When's part 2?" And I'm like, "Bro, that's like Mecca. Mecca."
He's
just
a real
gave me-
music guy. He's a real studio guy.
So
So
it's
he's
just
like, when
so
he hears
fucking
something
cool.
that he thinks is special, he thinks it's special. He doesn't. He's not swayed by any bullshit. No fucking, you know.
That's why I
It's
really
like he's a specialist.
That's why like I kind of like really relate to what you're saying. It's like the fact that he'd even fuck with me is like just so cool, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so let's
I'm
go.
not like that's the thing. It's like I'm confident enough to feel that like, yeah, like they would like me. You know what I mean? Like before that, I thought they would fuck with my shit. You know what I mean? But I didn't think it would make a difference to my creativity, to the point where I'm like, yeah, like fuck, you know, like look at these people that I rap with. They're fire. You know. I don't like no disrespect because I'm trying to be positive, but I don't feel that in Montreal. I feel that like if I feel that if I was 20% less good, sorry, I'm not I don't feel the same way about all the things that you do, but like if I feel like if I was 20% less good, I'd be better off.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
I think again, like the future is going to be very favorable to you because the
Oh
tide.
yeah,
is
no,
turning
I'll
in
be
your
fine.
favor.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I mean, in terms of
I should say in the perception of the small pathetic pond that is the Montreal rap scene.
It's not that.
Which
It's a pocket
which is
of it.
it's a big pocket. The pocket is the cool part.
Yeah, but dude, like here's the thing about the Montreal scene, because I gotta defend it. That's my job. People can say what they want, but I made a rule. If people want to talk down on Montreal, I'm gonna talk up on Montreal. I talk to a lot of 20-year-olds, and they're nothing like what we know. And when we say the Montreal scene, we don't actually do things like we're including D-Shade in that. Like, come on, D-Shade's still active.
D-Shade's fire. I'm not saying
that's what I mean. But when we say the Montreal scene as one,
D-Shade.
But what I'm saying, when we say the Montreal scene as one big blanket statement, we include everybody of all time. That's how I see it. So we got to be more specific. You want to say like the pocket
I'm just
of people
being harsh.
I know.
I'm being harsh.
Because all I'm seeing is little 20-year-olds doing innovative shit that is inspiring me to change everything.
Yeah, of course.
About
some
my
of them
brand.
are very good. Yeah, some young people fucking rap. Like,
no, a lot of them
for
are.
Sure.
Dude. It was surprising.
Yeah.
I got humbled. I got humbled hard. There's a lot of young rappers that are extremely talented across multiple styles.
And not just now, like young people that were young, like one of my favorite Montreal rap songs is "Breathe" by Elon Ski from like 5 years ago, and I don't know how he wasn't super duper young, but he was quite young. I think he was early 20s at the time, and the song is fucking fire. Like, yeah, man, young people make fire too. So, people in Montreal make fire, but it's more like it's more the people that are receiving the music. That's the problem.
So the one
or
more
not
thing
receiving it,
is we're all on Facebook. Yo, all these kids are on Instagram. It's like then there's the whole TikTok scene.
Yeah, Facebook.
And the problem
Facebook
is I would argue we're in a certain age group in the Anglo side of the Southwest/West Island Montreal scene. Okay, like that's what it is. That's what we're exposed to algorithmically. Once I realized that's a pocket of a huge scene that is much bigger than our pocket. Like I'd argue there's like 2,000 rappers in English in this city, like flat out that high of a number. And so with that
2,000?
many people, yeah, no lie.
Hold on, how many did you say?
2,000 English rappers alone.
That's crazy. Okay, because I have a bar in the track you played earlier, first track off second mixtape. Or like, you never heard of me, man. I come from the land of 5,000 rappers and 23 fans.
That's actually like facts, dude. I would say that 5,000.
People were like, 5,000? That's a lot of rappers. And I was like, no, there might be 5,000 rappers in Montreal.
No, there are. But if we include the French shot, I would argue it hits 5,000. But like, here's the thing: there really is that many rappers, and that's not just Montreal, dude. Every place has like a fucking crazy amount of rappers. And actually, to your credit on the fan thing, part of why I pivoted to interviews is because every now and again, somebody that's not a rapper wants to watch. And that really inspired me. Whereas I can barely get people that aren't rappers to like my music or listen or pay attention. And like 80% of my shit for the longest time was part of what I guess you could call the rapper circle jerk, where like look
Yeah,
at
I
some
know
of
that's
these.
the biggest problem.
And I don't want to be like negative about it. This is actually in an
Mm.
effort to try to add perspective on the difference between fans and peers. And that's kind of correlated to the idea of friends. So like, yo, if you're like a rapper or a producer or a beat maker or you're part of the scene like that, we're all peers, right? So we're supposed to show love to each other. But when we add our
Sound like
totals for like fans, we're supposed to subtract peers and then that final number after is fans. Like, yo, obviously I'm going to be bigging up
no, like
everybody,
that's the
you know?
thing. You take away the people that don't rap that listen to you. Sometimes it's super sad. Like
But
everybody raps. I don't mean you. Like
no,
just
no.
saying, like over here, like in general. I mean me
But that's not
included.
just
You know what
over
I mean?
here. So I had this riveting conversation with a person like me in Kansas City. Why Kansas City? It's interesting because you'd think in Kansas City shit would be different. And apparently, without naming names or anything to be complicated, it's not that different in Kansas City below a certain tier. And apparently, it's not. And honestly, if we actually were to act like the French side of the city is the Drake sound or the strange music sound, and we just pretended, like in a little parallel way, being French is that version of that in Montreal, then then
Go ahead.
well, I'm not saying I'm right here. I'm actually just fucking brainstorming off the jump a little bit. But let's say like it is like that, then like there already is this poppin' main sound that's happening. It's just a linguistic choice in our place, which is a little different than everywhere else. But at
Yo,
the
shout
low,
out à tout le monde on the Twitch, là.
yo, shout out everybody for real. Sorry if
Bring
y'all
your
are
friends. Bring your friends.
But for real though, like what I guess what I'm trying to say is there is a lot of stuff happening in the city, and there really is a lot of volume and momentum going on, and there's actually just so much fucking talent out there that I had the opposite reaction. I went into this thinking I would find a lot of trash, and I found a lot of music I loved, and I was really surprised a little bit at first, but now I realized. I think I could just listen to Montreal music for the rest of the year. Really, I will listen to other stuff, but if I only had to
That's a
listen
really good attitude, but I like
You don't
Godspeed.
have
You
to
know,
agree.
you're missing a lot. You're missing a lot of good music.
Well, no, I'm not
Do
going
that.
to because, like, life is what it is. But I had this strange epiphany that, yo, there's actually that much good music here that I could just listen to new Montreal music and probably be sustained as a fan. And that was like the most inspiring shit ever to
If
me.
you
I'm
know
like,
what, it's a perspective situation. Like you want to like, and I don't want to like it because I molded myself as like the I guess anti-hero sort of like I'm not part of nothing. You know what I mean? Like with the exception of like specific things like Murderface or whatever. Like
I,
generally as an entity, like I don't like I'm not part of that. You know what I mean? Like yeah, I have rappers as fans and shit like that, but it's not this like constantly like contrived like reciprocal like props for absolutely nothing, like making trash songs back and forth and telling each other it's the best and shit. Like I'm not part of that. I don't get those congrats, and that's fine with me. Like so that's kind of my thing, you know what I mean? That's what makes me me. So like I don't hate no Montreal rap. I love it. Like I said about the Elon Ski thing, like I still got my list, you know, I still know Montreal rap I like and I still like listen to it, you know.
but I'll be honest,
I'm not giving any passes. I'm not giving any passes. The same art form. Like if you're not good, you're not good. Whether you're from Montreal or like Wichita or
but all I'm saying
Manchester, like
is
doesn't matter. Like
I think you'd be pleasantly surprised as the year goes on and a lot more talent comes out. You're gonna be like, okay, there's actually a lot of good shit out there. That's all I'm trying to say. But you brought up Murderface, and I do want to go through more of that. Yo, this has been great. I'm fucking loving this conversation. I think this is gonna be a wonderful piece of content when it's all said and done. But now let's get
I
to the
agree.
Murderface part because I do believe that Murderface is the next part of your story that's really meaningful. I mean, we could talk about tangents forever, but let's
we'll
talk about.
find shit. We'll do everything. Yeah, whatever.
But let's talk about Murderface. How does that happen? How do you get involved in that? What goes on in that story?
The last thing I'll talk about before this step into Murderface, where I probably had the confidence enough to be that good in Murderface, was like sort of the late 2000s era, where I battle people at house parties and stuff, not on purpose. Like people would diss me, like we freestyle, and like I would kill it, and then people would be like, "Oh, like this guy, he thinks he's fucking good," you know. So I'm gonna diss him, and then everybody's gonna, you know, everybody's gonna love me, and they're gonna pour Gatorade on my head and shit like that. And I would fucking waste people at parties with like 50, 60, 70 people. Like And that type of shit, people fucking remember that shit. They remember it more than your like fucking, you know, the 18 bars you did on a 50 cent beat, some shit. You know what I mean? And fucking sound click. No disrespect to everybody,
But I definitely think that
but
that's also part of the time, man. Which is interesting. That's why I love what you're sharing. I don't mean to cut you off, but you keep bringing that back, and I never thought about it before because it was never like that for any part of
like
my rap
it's
career.
real tangible. So you ever go to a restaurant and they make you a Caesar salad from scratch in front of you, or you go to like a, you know, any restaurant like that where they make it's a different thing. Like it's a different thing than if it could have just been unpackaged, and you know what I mean. Like, I'm
I
not gonna
hear
go
what
too
you're
deep into the
saying.
metaphor. You get my point.
I do, but that's why I'm like I find it so fascinating that like that was such a part of the culture, but nowadays it's more like the opposite. It's everybody's got to be good on camera, and the real life is honestly less important.
No, I know now it's over. I mean, this is COVID. It's a different time. You better learn your Zoom. I swear, I urge anybody, especially if your art is interactive, if it's something that takes place in a period of time, a comedian, a musician, a singer, a rapper, you have to Zoom. Like, unfortunately, like it's not everybody's thing, but like if you really want to have that interaction again, what are you going to do? You can't even throw a show, even if you wanted to, like
But even like
unless you're in Florida or something.
just a little bit bigger than that with social media and clips and everything. It was before COVID. This was already starting to happen, right? Now you have to be able to drop that like YouTube video.
You should do both. Both should exist ideally, right?
I agree. I'm
Yeah.
not
I should be able
disputing
to
that.
do a show and then like, oh, the cops come and say some bullshit, do some racist rap show cancel, because you know that happens in every major city.
That's
So they come and
facts.
say this for no reason, a super peaceful rap show. They say, nah, it's no good. So
But
then ideally you'd be able in that situation, COVID or not, to come home and then make an electronic
it's
version of
more
that.
like the part where it was actually more important to be able to on the spot murk a person. Whereas now, if you can't do that, that's fine. You can go do a
It's
whole
not
other
important because
thing.
people are no good. That's the point I'm making. It's like it's evolution in reverse. It's like, oh, you want to use my brain? Like they can't even write. Never mind freestyle. Rappers can't even write at this point. They can't even rap. So to rap off the top is a full dub. Like no, not the EO dub, like a dub, like a loss, man. Like it's not. So for them, it's embarrassing. Why would you push something up that certain people are good at and you're not? They don't. The majority of people are not good at it. The people that partake in this art form of rap music, so they shit on it. And that's why I love End of the Week, because that's the antithesis of that. Where it's like, if anything, you better not do your written at Frio Dub, like in general. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, they were like they did do that current Zoom call where they're like, do your fucking writtens and go to Frio Dub to be
that's
like
different. If you
the
get it assigned. Anyway, you asked about Murderface.
Yeah.
So Murderface, I think it started with me and Senecal. We're gonna just do a me and Senecal song and a Vince beat. Pardon me. That's 2 out of 3 for the Burbs. I mean, 1 out of 3 for the Burbs. I'm gonna even up next one. So, and then Vince said, well, why don't we just make a little group and call it Murderface? And then Senecal's like, Shells would be down. And we're like, yeah, well, we all knew each other at that point. That's how Murderface started. That's it. I think maybe the name wasn't there. Vince was saying the group, and then Vince came up with the name after, off of William Murderface there from.
Yeah. Well, he said it was like a happy accident. Like he was subliminally influenced into that.
Yeah, man, that is crazy. Like, again, back to real life. Real life is important. That's like, I know, I hear you, and like I do need to, plug in more or whatever. But real life is hella important, man. People will never forget that shit. And Murderface is open for like established American rap groups and artists and outperform them. That's a fact.
Like
And
who?
people would see, we're not doing that, but like sometimes we did and sometimes we didn't, but every time we were as like close to as good or better. Put it this way, it was like people would be like, oh, that person's coming in town, yeah, maybe, okay, $25, people are, but yo, we're opening, oh yeah, we're rolling, like we were a thing. And what were we known for? We weren't known for music videos. We had that just one music video. We weren't known for music. We had 6 songs. We were known for performing those 6 songs and for those 6 songs being fire. So we had like a little run. where we were rated the second best artist in the city, and in the
Nice.
mirror and shit. Yeah, and that was when we had 2 songs on MySpace. Imagine that wasn't off the EP. That was before the EP. We had 2 songs on MySpace. We had the "Vengeance Is Mine" and the title track, and off of that, we were the second best artist in the city. Imagine that, with none of us having really much solo material either before that. So that's how good we were, and we opened for Rusty Jux, Tech Nine, Onyx, Corrupt. I did a guest appearance on a Sean Price show. Like
Yeah,
it
it's
was
fire.
a time. Yeah, it was a time. It was fire. Like we performed for Tech. We opened for Tech Nine. There was 900 people on deck to go to the show. Like, but the Belmont couldn't hold them. So Belmont's more like a 500 kind of place. So they had to send 400, and we performed 500. That's probably the biggest crowd I've ever been in front of. I was like, or that, to do music. I had a bigger crowd when I battled D-Mites in
Right.
Toronto. That was probably about 600 people. Anyway, I'm going off the thing, but that's
Those are
the
fucking cool
murder
numbers
face.
still.
Mm-hmm.
So you did your run with Murderface. That's around what, 2009, 2010, 11. How long does that run for?
I can't really pinpoint,
Because
like,
I'm
'cause,
pretty
we kind of like
sure.
would half break up and then like not
So
like.
here's the thing. I know in 2012, when I started, Murderface was at least still performing at that point.
We performed way after our last release. That EP was the only thing we ever
Yeah.
did officially as a group, and then we would go off of that true for another like year and a half or so there probably.
Because I definitely know in 2012 that was a thing. Because I remember one time people were bigging you guys up, and I was at this point in my life where I still had an ego. So like, and I was poor. I was really bad with my money. So shit that cost $10 was not really something I would go to do.
It wasn't in the plans.
You know, I was more likely to go home and buy a 3.5 and not go out. It was really what I was doing with my life at that time. I mean, in a lot of ways, I'm sitting here smoking pot, so in some ways, things haven't changed. But no, I'm willing to go to the show now, like, because I'm able to afford it. It's a big part of that in my life, at least. I'm happy to go to the shows now. I'm happy. My big issue with shows is like the start time. But as long as the show starts at 7, I'm there. That's all I'm trying to say. But
It never happens in the kind of shows that we do. Like,
I mean,
there's something about underground rap shows that like it's just whatever, anything that's on the flyer is absolutely meaningless. Like it's like doors open 7 o'clock, and then the first act is like at like 11:45.
yeah, it's an issue that if I have any sway in the future of the city, we will correct. I don't think I have sway, but I will try. I might.
I put my own shows on, man. My shows are better. I got more people than fucking some of these American acts that roll through.
Yo, hold
No,
the
I'm not
fuck
gonna
up,
name
though.
who, but
No, that's an interesting point. You're not the first person to say that they've done their own shows and pulled better crowds. So let's talk about that for a little bit. When did you do that?
from like, I would say the first one I ever did was maybe 2008.
No
2008 until fucking COVID, like,
You were throwing
because I
shows
used
this
to,
whole time.
because I used to just freestyle and do my like 1-2 songs, and even if the songs weren't good, like I was pretty hyped when I performed, so people still liked it. It didn't really matter, like, because I would go off. I would like fucking, you know what I mean, like Kurt Cobain the shit out of that shit, like when I perform, and that's what people wanted. Like I broke the floor at this place, and then they banned rap music to this day from like 2007 or some shit or 6. Like this place, Esco Grief. Shout out to Esco Grief. I broke the floor, man. I literally broke the floor. But anyway, yeah.
Wait, you said literally, as in you literally broke the floor?
I broke the floor, like the fucking floor broke. There was a break in the floor. Like I chipped it deep.
That's amazing.
Chipped the floor. Yo, why are we talking about Murderface?
Yeah, so let's talk about that
talking-
era, because that's a big era. That's like 4 years. You open for a lot of people. You're grinding out a bunch of shit. What else is going on in your life?
What else is going on in my life? I feel like that might have been like the I would say the like time I knew the most people to like a very like without going to detail, like toxic degree. You know what I mean? Like I had the most acquaintances and well, the period that followed that after and shit like that. Murderface got kind of swallowed up by a lot of like just a lot of things. And Gigante was one of them. This like big group that we made that was like a kind of like a Gigante mistake. Dave Dialect knows what I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna go into like too much detail of that. But it was a mistake. Murderface was on a roll, and we kind of tried to make like a super group with like everyone else we knew, and it wasn't a good call. And we only ended up having one song, like 13 members, and we had one song and like 4 shows. It was a super mess. Just to be perfectly frank, and that was part of
History,
the
right?
that was part of the, it is history. Yeah, it was part of the reason the Murderface dissipated, and there was very little quality control, even on a human being level, at least with some of the members. No disrespect, but like, or to some of them, some much disrespect. But like, anyway,
I
they know
don't,
who they
no
are.
names though.
But
No
yeah, no
names,
name
dude. I
said
don't want
positive
that shit.
in 2021 anyway. So yeah. And no, but they didn't like terrorize Murderface. When terrorize Murderface was just the idea of us being a group with 4 people, which is complicated enough. And then to have a bigger group that includes us, it was not a good idea. Already Murderface was enough of a thing. We should have just been handling that. And even the other groups didn't benefit from us. They were better than off with their own thing too.
Yo, that's
So
some knowledge
it's
nugget
not
shit
always
though.
good to group together. Like, just because you're friends doesn't mean you're friends also. Like,
But it's
that's
like
another
also
thing.
like just think about what you just said in terms of the practical business side of it. We actually saw that same trend take place on YouTube where a lot of content creators became really big, grew up in conglomerates, and then maybe 1, 2 people benefit off the situation, but most people in the big picture don't actually thrive because large group situations are complicated. I would say smaller group situations tend to be cool when it's based off whatever. But
Even
when it
4 people
starts,
is enough. It's enough. You got to think
but
about like
it's
if you're really trying to be a rap group, you have to be able to displace to
but
another
it's
city
also like
to get to the studio. You have to like,
but there's the branding issue, right? You go from pushing one brand to pushing so many other brands.
right. It's
And then it
diluted.
becomes like more messy. And this isn't meant to like disrespect, but I think a lot about this now. Like, yo, listen, I'm not like fed enough to feed people.
It
So
is your
maybe
mistake.
and
But
so like I could in my head be like trying to make some shit get really big and try to worry about a lot of things, but or try to get bigger than too big too fast is a huge thing I'm afraid of actually. I'd rather go slow and take
no,
forever than
that
get
was a
too big
huge
too fast.
mistake. I couldn't, you know what? Like, I'll tell you why it was so bad is because I was only developing as a rapper myself. Like I said, the Murderface was the first ever official CL. Like many years after people had heard of me and had either like positive or less positive views of me, and they already established it in their mind. So it was like it wasn't time for me to be like managing a gigantic rap group like in my mind. You know what I mean? But it's like the kind of stupid thing I like to do because I love Wu
Mm.
Tang and shit like that. You know, I was
Were
like,
you
oh, it'll be
managing it?
so cool. No, but I mean, I was definitely the most like active, as in, oh, this person should be on that beat and that, and while trying to omit myself too. I wasn't putting myself in every beat, and other people were just like, oh, what beat am I on? Like, people are like, they're not even interested enough in their own careers. They don't care about 13 other grown men. Like, it's a huge
Mm.
mistake. Anyway, um,
No, but
what was I
like there's
saying?
value in what
The,
you're saying because it wasn't necessarily that
the waste.
inherently super groups are a problem or squatting up is an issue.
No, it
It's
could
that
happen
the
organically. Yeah.
it was that you guys tried to take a situation that you hadn't necessarily had your foothold in. It was a
Mm.
foundational issue. Like you're building a house and the murder face house
Bad
foundation
house.
wasn't built yet. But then you stacked a bunch of
That
shit
was a
on it.
better house. That house had better potential. But also, like, you know what? We had one song. That's like one of the most telling things. Like, we existed for about a year. We're talking about 13 people, and the public has one song to remember us by. We're all on together. It's a disaster. You know what I mean? Like, and and also the last thing I was gonna say about that, like, I would like I take blame myself too. Like, I had terrible ideas sometimes. Like, we did one set that had 27 songs in it. We had a set of that group, that unfortunate group, with 27 songs. Like, I'm not joking. Like, you can't do 27 songs unless like people really like you already. Like, unless you're a band with like years behind you of
Or
touring and
covers.
albums and stuff. Even still, 27 covers. Anyway,
Eh,
27 full songs. And that obviously goes without saying that show was a disaster. Like, I was finding people hiding behind the curtain and stuff that didn't want to rap. it was rough. But yeah, man. So you learn from things like that. Like it was so not the move that I took a whole different move, and then my first two projects had no features on it. On a whole
All
other
right,
way
so let's
with it.
talk about your first project. How we get into that then? That's like the next part of the story, right?
I guess so. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I started to just rap by myself. Like I had no collaborators at all. Um, I was like not even really trying to talk to anybody so that much. I wasn't really maybe accumulating that many beats. So I started to make dubs. And now like mixtape shit. Now in the mid two
You
thousands,
did
late
this.
2000s, yeah, like mixtape rap. You rap on someone else's beat. You rap on a Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, MF Doom, rest in peace type of beat. Like a song has been out. It was a thing back in the day. It's not a thing anymore. But it was a thing in my mind for so long that I had to do. Like in my utopian like view of things in like 2006, that tape had like 18 features on it, like Montreal rappers, and I was so, oh, this is gonna be great, it's gonna be all it was gonna be all my buddies, you know what I mean? And the truth is that, like, with no disrespect intended to anyone, the tracks would be better off with more me and less them, and that's something I started to figure out. So 16 Joints that dropped in May 2015, which is my first ever solo project at all, and I had no solo songs to show, maybe Akko Saf in 2010, but barely anything outside of Murderface, and it's all dubs, it's all like industry beats, and that idea initially, nearly 10 years before, was gonna be like me and like 25 people, like some of this grandiose, like ridiculous thing. So then, like, the older, more bitter version of me was like, no, this is gonna be just me featuring me. Like, I'm just gonna use different voices, and I'm just gonna rap on all kinds of different beats. And like, if I've been rapping good for so long in anonymity that like anything I drop now, people are gonna check for it. And like, yeah, no, not that many people listen to 16 Joints. Like, not as many as I would have liked, but people like it. Like, people treat it like an album and shit. It's not an album. It's a mixtape. People are like, yo, that shit is fire.
But you did it yourself. Talk about that process a bit. That's interesting
Um,
because people need to know how to do things themselves a little bit.
mhm. Well, when you're a rapper and you don't make beats, there's a lot of things about making a song with your friend's beat. Like your friend might want to give you the beat, you might do it. Your friend might like it or might not like it. If he does like it, then he might have to give you the stems. He might have lost the stems. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of fucking things. So for me at that point in my life, the way I was just like basically fuck everybody, I was just like, well, I want to rap. So I'm gonna rap on beats that I feel like I'm not hitting anybody up for anything. And was already going to do all these industry beats with my 25 like featuring guest friends that quickly became zero. Actually, there is technically one guest on 16 Joints. The last why get dealing the last four words of the mixtape is Shells. Big up Shells.
Okay.
So Shells is technically, he didn't rap, nobody rapped, but he said the last four words that I had written because it was
Okay.
an expression. He would say, "Why you dealing? Why you dealing? What are you doing?" He always say that to people. Why you dealing? Like it was one word. And what do you deal in like slow English, basically. So I
Right.
had written that as the last bar of a song called 99 Bars on a Wu-Tang beat, the Severe Punishment beat. Vince liked that beat. That's a perfect example of a kind of beat that it's not for everyone. A lot of people are like, why'd you rap that beat? Vince liked that beat. But Shells had the last word on that. That was the guest. But there was also like a couple of skit guests. Well, no, it was one skit guest. But
Who?
that's it. So that was this girl that we used to know that we don't even talk to anymore. Whatever.
That's
No, I don't
hilarious.
mean it like that, like at all. Like I feel like I would give her the shout out if I still knew her. You know what I mean? Like I don't know her. Like she could be like murdering people right now for all I know. She probably isn't.
I love that. Your mind is fucking
If
amazing,
you,
dude.
yeah. Anyway, so that's what 16 Joints was. It was like, oh, I got to get something out. Like it's not an album. It's probably not a good idea actually to waste like 16, 20, 30 verses on industry beats. It isn't. And you can't put it in certain places. But like, I was just like, no, the world needs some like Coolman Logan.
Well,
Well,
I
actually,
have
no,
a
it was
question
Crackles at the time.
about
We were
that.
listening to some CL, so it's going to happen.
Because, here's the other side of that coin. I do
Yeah.
not have a lot of mixtapes, so I was a lot slower with my production. And what I realized is in the modern era with these contests, let's be real, half these Facebook fucking contests are basically in a lot of ways mixtape joints that you're breaking up into pieces and putting out over time in Instagram posts and shit. Is kind of how I feel about it. It's just random beats. I'm laying it down. There's no real mixing, mastering shit. We just fucking rapping on beats and throwing it out to the
It's
world.
one thing though. It's one thing to not have your shit professionally mastered, but it's original beats though. That's the thing. Like I'm legitimately rapping on other people's beats.
But like
which
the way
to
I
a lot
feel
of people,
about,
they don't fuck with that.
But what I'm saying is like, yo, on this contest vibe, if like 15 of us are on that same beat, who fucking cares at this point? It's the same shit, right? Like it's not that different. Everybody's rapping on the same beat. Now, I thought a lot about this shit because there's stuff like Amino Domini where you can lease beats and a lot of other shit like that, right? Where like people, there's different structuring just to beat agreements. So I think a lot of it is like now that I can afford to own all my own fucking shit and pay a guy to make beats for me and have my own style with him, but it costs money, right? Like it's not free in my life. I have to like pay for that privilege. It's cool. I can do that route, but maybe broker poorer me should have jacked some beats and made a couple of fucking mixtapes because I would have actually built up a bit of a catalog, maybe a little bit of an online buzz or a clout, and it wouldn't have just been the 1-2 single that I could afford to put out a year. I went like a really long time without releasing anything, and in that time with shitty equipment,
for me too.
I could have made a fucking mixtape. And your mixtape inspired me. Like, with that second mixtape. That mixtape there, when I first heard it, I said, I fucked up. Maybe I should think about mixtapes different. And then I've talked to other people and their approaches and stuff. And so I don't know if, like, using industry beats like that is a mistake per se. It's a product of time, environment, and accessibility and what you can do. At the end of the day, if you're not producing in this era, it's worse than if you're jacking an industry beat. I mean, it is what it is. Is it going to be perceived by everyone as like the greatest shit in the world? Nah, everyone's going to have an opinion about what you do. But as a person who makes music, I now look at it like, yo, if you like maybe have money low because COVID clipped your job and the only way you're going to be able to do some shit is to use that industry beat, go for it. On the other hand,
100%.
And then Don Dada apparently says you can use his beats for free, credit him, tag him, and if it pops, then pay him. So Don Dada confirmed that this very week on this stream. And apparently a lot of the beat makers are releasing beat tapes with that kind of mentality. So even just go internally look to Montreal and see what's fucking available because you don't even know. On that note, though, I don't.
Oh no, I like. First of all, I should emphasize that as we get like further on in the story, like I've been very blessed. Like some of my best friends are like some of the best beat makers in the city, like facts. And they've like given me like fucking heat that I'm very lucky to even fucking rap on, like, or even when they let me guest on something else that someone else is doing that they've made. Like it's definitely it's everything because it's nothing without, it's not songs without the beats. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, like 100%, yes, mixtapes, not mixtapes, remixes. Like a project of remixes is not the thing. Like that's why I've learned the hard way. Like people don't want to take that in. They if you release that same project in a weekly dose, that's what I should have done. Like what Crooked I done, but not 52 weeks, but like 16 weeks, you know what I mean? And then 13 weeks for second mixtape. Everybody would be like, yo, see, I was killing it. Oh, he's on a roll. It looks so different than a mixtape that they're going to listen to 2 or 3 tracks and either never go back or go back to those maybe 2 that they like. They might not even, there's literally people that think I'm good to this day that haven't still listened to 16 joints. And it's been 5.5 years and it's not their fault. It's because it's a lot. It's 16 tracks on other people's beats. Some of the beats they might not have even liked. And that's not even a personal insult to me because I didn't make those beats. I chose those beats for me to rap on them. So I would say, yeah, for anybody who doesn't like love what's available to them or whatever, yeah, 100% rap on other people's beats. Whatever brings it out of you. Because sometimes I've made dubs that are fire and I wouldn't have rapped that way if it wasn't for, you know, that
like
beat
your party fucking song on the second mixtape where you fucking sound like you just jocked everything in grime and you were like, I'm
rapping on a grime beat, like exactly. And like who's giving me a grime beat? Right? So I want to rap in a grime beat in my life. So I just do it. That's the way I see it. It's not about like, oh, 17 people rap to this Kanye beat. Let me do it too. No. Not at all. Like that's why, like my dubs are weird because they're not super famous songs generally. So people are like, "Is this his beat?" Like, which makes me feel bad because that's misrepresentation, not my beat. You know what I mean? Like nobody gave me that beat, but I took it. You know what I mean? Like I killed it.
But I think it's fair that you're open and transparent about it, and I also think it's
It's also
interesting.
practice, though. That's the positive too. Is practice, right? Like those tracks on the mixtape are good, and now my tracks are better. The ones I've been doing on originals, so I have a better original catalog than I otherwise would, because I would have been practicing on all my friends' originals, right? I do have an original album called Music for People that I dropped a year after 16 Joints.
So how did you get into that? Tell us about that situation.
That was accumulation of original songs recorded from like the dissipation of like Murderface Gigante and its release. So like May 2016, around like 2015, I picked up a hot streak creatively for songs I never had before, and I made like a bunch of fucking heat. And I had a few others from before, from as back as 2011. One of the verses I actually recorded the day after we lost, or the day that we lost Bad News Brown. Rest in peace.
Rest in
A
peace.
super important fixture in Montreal rap. And I felt like inspired to be like, yo, I got to try to be excellent, you know, like him, like on that recording. And that very first verse, that specific raw take, was the first song on my 2016 album. The 2011 verse, like the day that we lost Bad News, by total coincidence, and not about him or anything like that, but I just had that fury in me from like, because I knew him, you know, and so that's how I started that album. And then so it was just a bunch of other songs, you know, that I picked up over the time, 2012 songs, shit like that, you know, and then some 2015 songs, and then I dropped it in 2016. And I got like a huge crowd. I got 100. We're talking about shows. I got 101 people paid. Anybody who knows anything, they know that's a lot, especially like for someone who's just pushing it on Facebook. I didn't even have Twitter or nothing like that. Like I did it all by myself. I booked that show and everything. I booked the openers. Shout out to Jay the Vill and BK Brooks. They brought mad people through. But like that show for the album was at 101 people, paid people to see me. You know. No, if you go to the average Montreal underground American hip hop show, I don't care what anyone says. Those shits have like 60 paid people on a good fucking day, and they got like fucking 4 or 5 openers, and it's a fucking travesty. And I had 2 openers. I had 101 people for the album launch of that shit. That was like some of the most organized shit I ever did. I had like a t-shirts and CDs available, and like the CDs were, you know, they're played a bit. But
question about that. How long did your openers go on for?
That's a good question. I like that question. I think that like probably Jay the Vill did like 18 or something, and BK like 25 or something like that.
So you know why that's interesting? Because I found out something along my time as a performer, just to like the promoters out there. I can sell a $10 ticket if I perform for at least 15 minutes and I can say 3 songs. But I can't sell that $10 ticket if it's 2 songs. And there's a threshold.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense. You should do 3 songs for $10. Like,
I'm just saying, but like, because a lot of promoters would only give me 10 minutes, and I'm like, so I did that for a minute, and I'm like, you know what the problem with 10 minutes?
10 minutes can be 3 songs, no?
Not my songs. I do about a 12, 13. So, but even then, it's more about the time length. Like, people don't want to come all the way downtown and take buses and metros to watch you rap for 10 minutes, right? They want to see you do a thing. So, yo, I can tell you, if I'm doing a 30-minute set, I can get even more people down. If I'm doing an hour, I don't know if I can get more than 30, but I'm telling you, I could probably get more people down for a 30-minute set than I could ever fucking possibly get down for like a 10-minute set. That's just what it is. Why? Because, yo, all these people are there to come see my shit. Maybe they want to see the show too, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. You don't know. Like, that's a big maybe. But like, if I'm there and I'm the draw for these individual crowd of people, and they're going to commit to what, an hour and a half, 2 hours of busing, this, that, the next thing, paying for parking, blah, 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 just to watch me rap 2 songs for like 10 minutes.
Yo, it's an honor, bro. That's the thing. But you know what? They will do that. Some people will do that. And they'll make you keep going.
But what I'm saying is my data set has proven that if it's 15 minutes, I have a higher success rate. And the times I've had 30 minutes, whereas an even higher success rate at my ability to get people to willing to come to the show.
Right, because they're there to see you, and people don't always have good music taste. Like I was opening the time that I opened for Sean Price. I was only guesting on my friends' things. Shout out to Boom Bap Cats. Shout out to Mehdi and Johnny Hilfiger, Logic Johnson. The anti, they called again?
I'm not
Anti-hero?
sure.
What do they call Vince? You remember?
Oh, hold up. Vince is muted. If he wants to talk, unmute.
Or Dave Dialect could tell us in the Twitch maybe what they were called. The anti-heroes, I think.
Hold on. You can unmute yourself. I don't know how to unmute you. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's with us here. By the way,
speak up, everybody, guys. Thank you, guys.
What were you asking?
I was saying, what was the name of the Boom Bap Cats, Logic Johnson, like collective together? The Anti-Heroes, I think. Anti-Hero Project. Yeah, Anti-Hero Project.
Anti-Hero Project, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they had a song with me and Archons and shit. And it was called Six is Enough. Anyway, they would have us do those. They would get a lot of opening sets, and they would have us do that song at shows. So I got to open for Sean Price. So I told my friend to go, and he didn't understand how good Sean Price was. He was like, "Oh, I just paid $25 to see you do one song," you know. I'm like, "No, you didn't pay $25 to see me do one song. Like, you paid $25 to see Sean Price." Like, it's like.
But okay, look. So in that context, I hear you. But sometimes the whole show
is different
is
when you're the only. Yeah. You might
so
be
like I don't have anybody really in my repertoire of shit that I've opened for like that. So pretty much I've done about 60, 70 shows tops, including my hip hop karaoke shit. But whatever, that shit brought a crowd, so it counts. And I got to do Just for Laughs, so it counts. But like in general,
they want to see you like do your thing for
no.
longer.
But like what I'm saying is more. I've never performed for opening for anybody. So fair enough. You're all right though. You sound good. You still sound coherent. We good. We rolling with it. But I guess what I'm trying to like convey is that like if everybody on the list is a random name to the people that are there and there is nobody involved that's like bigger, it's not even like I can half the time be like, yo, check out this YouTube shit. Look, Sean Price is fucking famous, dog. Look how significant he is to the you know what I'm saying? Like you live in.
People are weird like that. They're like, I don't want to learn about his music for the show. Like I'm not already a fan. Like, you know, I don't know his shit. Oh, it shows in 6 weeks. Oh, I don't know his shit. In the days of the internet, you can become familiar in like 6 hours. Like
it's different now. It's just like
no, it was different then too. There was still YouTube then and shit. It was still fucking. What do you mean? There's been free music for how long now? Like,
no, let him answer. Forever. Let him answer. How is it different?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, happy Vincent. How is it different? I'm very curious.
No, I'm saying I became a fan of like Idea. I never heard of him before, and I went to go see. Like I went to a Prince Paul show, and Idea was one of the. It was Idea and
rest in peace.
Yeah, rest
you guys,
in peace
I didn't really like know who they were, and like maybe I'd heard their name in passing, but it was just like I went to that show, they opened, and then I became fans of them. So it's just like.
Yeah, I saw them open for Cannibal Ox. But like, what do you mean it's a different time?
Because I'm saying like, well, for me, I feel like it's weird now because it's like now everybody is online. But let's go back to like 2012, 2013, right? Like you would have a lot of people online without clickable links in their shit. Right? Like, so it's not like it is today where like everybody has a fucking SoundCloud. Back then, not everybody had music online, really. Like it was just a bunch of names and it would be somebody's boy and they might have a track out. I actually got booked because I had a track out and it was actually a big deal to be like having some shitty, and it wasn't good sounding stuff. You would have like the worst sounding shit on your like fucking Reverb Nation and that would get you booked somewhere.
Reverb Nation. I hate that name. Hey, check me out on Reverb Nation. Damn, man.
So I logged into Reverb Nation and they have like
I already did SoundClick. SoundClick this.
I have a bunch of old beats on SoundClick, like still.
Oh, everybody goes crazy for the SoundClicks. That's where all the cool kids meet up.
But
they meet up at the SoundClick.
But like, I guess what I can say is different is now everybody's accessible, but back then not everybody was accessible. So maybe today and now you can just go Google people and become informed a lot quicker. But let's go to like again the local scene. It's not like it was that easy to Google everybody and find that information.
No, that's why you had to be the fire, right? Yeah. Instead of just making fire with the help of other people, you had to also just be the fire. To show your skills in a quick mind. Just like Vince, if you ask Vince to make a beat in half an hour, it would probably be fire still, you know what I mean? because he can do his thing right away. Like
Mm.
he's programmed to be fire. Like it's like you gotta be the fireman. That's the cloth that we're from. They're not from that cloth. They're from the cloth of like auto tune and like
So
doing this and that, like
I would,
not performing. Hold on, performing with your whole vocal on the song. Like it's not the same shit, man. It's not artisanal. It's not craftsmanship. It's Humpty Dumpty, like you know.
I mean, I've seen people like I don't know. I would like to believe that the way the music scene is split up is there's just different vibes and different types of live shows, right? So on the one hand, there is still this crowd of people who spit their verses. I've seen it live. I've personally gone to like I did Under Pressure this year,
rap, yeah.
and
Some
like
people
it's
can rap.
so like it still exists, right? But on the other hand, some people went the Britney Spears route, right? Like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I don't really care if he's rapping. He's a good hype man for himself. Sometimes the idea of the hype man is hip hop enough for me because there is that element of it in the spirit of hip hop more than maybe the art of being an MC, right? So if we go like take it a step back, right? Like the early '80s is a lot of hype man shit, right? But that's still part of the culture. So when I watch a guy like
Go
a
ahead.
Waka Flocka Flame, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
real. I don't care if he raps the verse. I still would go to a show because he's gonna
That's
make
fine.
it
If
fun.
you like the music, you like the music. That's fair. That's fair.
But even as
That's
far as the
fair.
performance goes, he's not boring.
But I
He's
think
just
he can
not-
freestyle though.
Oh, he
That's
can.
the thing. I
He's,
think
he's
he actually
absolutely
can
talented.
freestyle.
But
Right.
he could also
That's
sit
actually
there.
rare.
But he could also sit there and go blow, 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 and let the song play, and I would be equally okay with that because it's Waka doing it, and his charisma is what's carrying me in that moment.
You
On
mean
that-
if he's not even saying the blah blah blah, like if the
I
blah
don't
blah
even-
blah is in
It
the
depends on the
track, like,
moment because I've seen it. Because yo,
Okay.
sometimes these guys turn the fuck up and they just turn into their own hype men, right?
Yeah.
So they make the crowd get fucking lit. And at the end of the day, if the guy is not rapping his song in an effort to make the crowd get fucking lit, he's still being an MC.
One of the dopest shows I
I don't know
ever
about
saw
that. No, I think you got to do your vocals.
was
I don't think
Freddie
he's being a
Gibbs.
rapper. He's being an MC, which is not the same thing.
No, one of
other
the
way
dopest
around.
shows I ever saw was Freddie Gibbs, and he just rapped over tracks. But he actually rapped. He didn't just like. It's like the beat was just.
No, but his
playing.
voice wasn't in the beat. Yeah.
No, it's just,
No, it was. He just played the song.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
he
big
rapped
time
over the
popular.
song.
But he was more.
But his mic was loud. Yeah.
Yeah, he was more present. But it was
That's a
just
bit
like,
different though, because he's still rapping it, right? So
Yeah.
it's not the same as having lip
All I
sync,
could
like-
say is this is a polarizing topic as much as you might think it's a linear topic. So I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm saying I have this conversation a lot and I get a lot more answers than you would think and a lot more justifications than you would think because it depends on what's important to you at the show, right? So if your show's a party, it's not the same thing as if your show's a show.
100%.
And a lot of these guys aren't really about the showmanship.
It's
in
better
the
to be
kind of
armed for
way.
every situation, right? Like in life, it's better to be able to do like everything.
Because, yo, I've had a
You
lot
have
of
to adapt
shows.
to like the Zoom and like a small room, a big room outside.
We also have to adapt to the times, right? Like shit's kind of miserable. And I realized something as I'm watching a lot of these turn-up shows. People actually like dancing because it's good for endorphins and shit. And then I was going through my catalog when I was thinking about my last like in-person live performance, and I'm like, nobody can dance to anything. It's part of why I made this Lose Weight song was because I wanted something people could like move to, could dance to, and it became really important to me all of a sudden because I was like, yo, I don't have danceable shit. Now, maybe that's not important to you, but I lost a lot of weight, and all of a sudden dancing's on the table for me in a way that it never was. So I'm looking at music a little bit more intricately tied
No,
into
the
dance.
celebrating. Well, like you were saying about the folding. Like one day, I'm sure there is a probably a woman who's folding something, or a man who's folding something, folding some laundry to celebration bitches.
Yes,
Definitely,
I totally.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
But
it
what I'm
exists.
saying is about the energy of movement, right? I feel like if you look at the world now, it's more dancey in terms of what's happening in music. There's a lot more melody, and I think it's correlated to the idea of partying and going out more. It's not necessarily a lack of bars to me. It's just a different manifestation of bars. And a
Yeah, but
different
you can also
manifest-
be good at that too. That's not a skill. You can rap about the party well. Like that's a thing.
But
You know what I
like-
mean? Like, you don't have to be. It doesn't have to be deep to be good.
But also, like in the world of pop, lip syncing is not perceived the same. But these performances are still above and beyond anything I could ever do in my life, right?
I just perceive shit differently. Like I see what you mean. Like people perform stuff maybe super well polished, but like the question is like, do I like it?
That's
Do
fair.
And then like if I like it or I don't like it is what matters. Sometimes you could have like lyrics that are maybe not by themselves that impressive, but they're delivered a certain way to that beat that you're like, yo, that's fire, and it just is. It's just intrinsically fire, and you can't explain it except to play it for someone or for them to feel it, you know.
But on the other side of it, I look at it like what you said is really important, because at the end of the day, it is subjective. We can talk about this all day long. Now, I'm not into the blanket statements because it's subjective. I am so cool with the idea of you saying Coolman Logan does not like this or that. I don't fucking have to like it. That's the fairest shit you could ever say. To say it's trash or to say it's bad or to group things together is more dangerous as an idea than saying I don't like this shit. That's fair, dude. You can listen to whatever you want or not like it. Just like there's a lot of things I don't like, blah, blah, blah. I hate reaction videos. I just don't like them inherently. There's nothing wrong with them, but I don't like them. I don't know why. I just don't like watching them. I find them annoying because they stop the song. They stop the song, man. You notice, like, when I did my shit today, played the song in full, There was no pausing. There's no fucking stopping the song. That shit drives me fucking nuts. Maybe it's worse for copyright, but, like, that's why they do it. They're doing it for copyright reasons. They're not doing it because it's like this great organic experience. They're doing it because it's the only legal way they can even kind of get around doing it. And I guess that's all I see in it. And maybe there's a pleasure arrangement for everyone else, but I know what it is. I get it at like a very like ethereal level. So like it bothers me and it makes me not really want to watch a reaction video. I want to watch Anthony Fantano talk for 8 minutes. I want to watch Dead End Hip Hop break it down for 20 minutes. I want to watch other people have conversations about it. But yo, why do I need to watch the reaction video? I could just go hang out with my boy and that's a reaction video. Like I don't really get the genre. A lot of people keep telling me, and you know what the truth is?
Well, it's a way to tap into what other people think about, like how other people view things and what they like and what they don't like. And you can work from it. You can be like, yo, like, oh, that's true. I never noticed that about my music too, and then change it. You know what I mean? Or that person could be like, oh, you appreciate that in that person's music? Oh, I have that too. And you could build your confidence. Like,
I guess
so yeah, it can have value in that way. Some of them are okay.
I like it better when they're not playing the song and interrupting it. That's
I like
really
it when it's younger people. I like it when it's younger people that listen to shit that's before their time, because that's a true reaction. They're not swayed. They never like hated on it or liked it or nothing happened in their lives. Like nobody showed it to them.
One dude I fuck with, King Guap.
That one dude. It's the same dude we're talking about, right?
King Guap.
Who's that?
On YouTube, he listens to like, he like really like. Well, now he like really likes Nas and Wu-Tang and stuff, but people put him onto that stuff and he was just like, yeah. And every time he listens to it, like he just got put onto like Capone and Noriega. And he was just like, yo, Noriega, he's like, this dude is, he's like, yo, he's like, he's really, really like, fuck, like, and he like explains it well, like why he likes it. He does stop the song.
Right, that's true. He understands it better than we do, kind of. Because he's not swayed by like, oh, this is what was playing when you were in fucking junior high school or some shit.
Okay.
And you were trying to be cool.
I could see
he's
like
that he's listening to it as
it.
strictly music. He listens to like a 94 rap song and he just like, or not even a 2002 rap song. And so he's like, this is just what this is. And there's no like hip or non-hip points. There's just, is this fire? Is this not fire?
So it's not like, I think it's more the format that I don't like, not the content per se. Because, yo, if that guy wrote a 15-minute video essay explaining everything he liked and disliked about it and never even played the song one time, I would be more likely to click on that video and watch it in full. I'm not even going to lie to you. So it's not the idea I dislike. It's the format with the song starting and stopping and starting. That shit drives me nuts.
Yeah, that shit is whack. Yeah.
And that's what, and it's not even, they could say the most interesting shit in the world, dude. They really could. And some of them do, like, but sometimes they're dick ride, and that really bothers me. I really don't like it when reaction people dick ride, and I know why they do, because I make reviews. Like, listen, I didn't like.
Well, they want to have like a thumbnail of them making like a crazy hype face.
No, it's not that, dude. It's because you deal with fans. So here's the truth about reviews and reactions. The only people that will ever click on that shit liked it. You have about a 48-hour window where people who don't like it will click on it, and then for the rest of the time, it's just fans. So if you don't have this like super positive vibe for it, you just get dislike attacked and people shitting on you because it's everybody's fucking favorite song all the time. Anybody clicking on this shit, it's their favorite shit for the most part. Until you're famous, right? Until you're a person. But by then you went through this grind where in the middle, all you're doing is talking to fucking fans who, when you have an opinion that's not like super positive, will just berate you. Like, dude, I got like one of my patrons who requested Steely Dan. And I started the review being like, my Patreon made me do this. I don't know fuck all about Steely Dan. And I'm going to get comments for the rest of my life from Steely Dan fans mad at me because I cared more about the poetry than the fucking music and shit. Like, it's whack. Like, you have to love everything or, like, people respond weird is what I learned on the internet doing this shit. So I stopped reviewing anything I don't like for the most part. And I learned how to like shit I didn't. And I started studying history more because, like, you're not allowed to dislike stuff. And I know, like, you're allowed to. But I'm not the kind of person that wants to, like, wake up every morning and have some fucking guy be mad at me because I ruined his day because he was so fucking excited to click on my
You can't
hour and
really
a
do
half
anything
video.
on the internet without somebody like coming like for
No,
blood.
you can be
know?
positive, man. Ain't nobody giving me one negative thing about any of the interviews I've done one time.
Okay.
It's been pure love. Why? Because I try hard to keep this positive. We talk about real shit. We get real. But, like, we don't go negative with it. We're not here to slander.
Yeah, exactly. I've been trying to do that this whole time.
And I feel like we've accomplished that, but we still managed to talk about, like, some real shit that wasn't, like, maybe comfortable or fun, but, like, it was real. And I think people can tell the difference. Like, nobody's sitting here going, Holden's trying to do clickbait for fucking cash is my idea. I'm hoping. Maybe some people
you're
think
doing
that.
shit that you're like artistically into. I get it. That you're like a fan of. Like,
Yeah, I would
it's
watch
cool,
this
man.
show. I really would watch these interviews. Like, I would watch this shit if I wasn't the guy sitting here. This is the first piece of content, like, that wasn't music related that I listen to my music. I don't care if other people do. Like, I listen to my music. But,
Good.
like, I would watch this in a way where I don't know that I would watch my album reviews. But I would listen like, yo, dude, this is the type of shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would have it at, like, 1.75 speed. I would no way I'm watching this at 1x speed. So kudos to all you live people watching it at real time. But I would watch the whole fucking thing, dude. I watch 5-hour videos a lot now. I like it when I can find a big, meaty video. Because, I'm a day job guy, right? Like, I'm doing
You break
shit
it up.
that... Yo, I hate looking for stuff on YouTube. So I'm more of like a find a big piece thing. Anyhow, let's go back to you. I feel like I've talked for a while. It's been
You know what I was gonna say about Doom? I don't know why I thought about it, but like,
Let's do it.
I feel like there's tons of people that like rappers and fans that are reacting, you know, and that care and stuff, but not enough. I feel like for somebody who's as good as what he did as he was, I feel it's a real underreaction from like just the general public, like anyone who calls themselves a rap fan, because there's so many of us. But rap is such a deep scene of people. There's so many people around the world that have their at least minimum, 10 rap albums that they fuck with. Like, it's an insane number that we wouldn't imagine. Like, because not all of them are hip hop heads, but everybody likes hip hop a little bit. It's really rare at this point you find someone that doesn't at least have a couple of songs that they like in rap music. It's so all encompassing.
Yeah, big facts.
Facts. So like with Doom is fire as hell. Like, to me, if we're gonna like treat rap like a sport, like he's like what sport have you most watched in your life? Would you say
Hockey.
Like,
Probably hockey.
Hockey. Okay, like he's at like, you know what I mean? If he's like Mark Messier or Steve Eiserman, like I don't know, like he might be Wayne Gretzky. Like, he's one of the best. Like, he's Mario Lemieux. Like I'm like floored. You know what I mean? And like, because it's underground rap or whatever, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't get it right away. So he doesn't get anywhere near the respect he should get. Like, have you ever seen Mos Def's like reaction video? Not reaction, but his 7-minute video where he's just like kind of upholding Doom. He's talking about Doom. He's quoting him. You need to check that out. I'll send you the link.
I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah, that shit is fucking crazy video, and it shows you another like a really fucking dope rapper talking about like this guy. You know what I mean? This guy that, like, if you asked a bunch of rap fans, a lot of them would not know who that is. And that's sad to me. And I think that's not fair. Like, he doesn't get enough due from the general world of rap because he doesn't fit into that little 10 or 15 rappers that people appreciate. And we all know, like, that's just how rap music is. Like, you don't get your love. Like,
But
everybody likes the same shit. Everybody's
You know
top
what
10
might
is
happen
exactly
now?
the same, almost. Yeah.
But now that he's passed, the unfortunate
That's
truth
tough.
is a lot of people are probably going to it. Like I said,
Yeah,
man,
yeah. Now all of a sudden they'll know. But yeah,
and it's
that he's as
unfortunate
good
that
as
it
Nas and
works like
Jay-Z.
that. I really do believe Doom is one of those guys that even within myself I forget about. But whenever I think about him, I'm like, yo, literally, when I see MF Doom, I'm like, I gotta review it. MF Doom is review bait. It is
That's the best.
he's his content is one of the only art. So actually, I judge artists a little bit now by how their review gets clicks over time, because you have to be somebody fucking interesting a little bit
Right.
to have somebody
To
want to come
transcend eras. Right.
to also click on a review that has 800 or 1,000 or 2,000 views 3 years later. Like, you gotta be like fucking into that artist to click on that review, okay? Like, nobody's clicking on that except for the guy who's looking for the super alternative fucking experience. Like, because everybody that has the high numbers is probably saying the same shit. So you're really digging into crates of reviews to find weird shit at that point, right? That's when you land on my stuff. But every MF Doom thing I've ever done to this day, from the time I released it, gained fucking things. And what was cool is my first review got a really shit like to dislike ratio. But all the other ones I did after got really good like ratios. And to know that I was able to cover MF Doom and make the fans be cool with us, it was like such a validation point in the way that you felt about New York. Because he is that complicated and he is that brilliant. But once you see it, and it take it's such a learning curve. That's part of what it is people don't want to take the time to like you almost have to know about comic books and like shit like that to fully.
It's not for some, unfortunately, like the rap music fandom, like a lot of the people that listen to rap music most of the time that they listen to music, it's rap. They're not flower givers. Like, it's like when people die, then they want to give them some props. But everybody else, it's like they might even be like, oh yeah, this guy's fire, but they'll never listen to it in their lives until they know exactly what songs they like. It has to be all programmed for them, like, especially pre-Spotify. Like, people didn't have a way to really like manifest their music taste. They just don't have the memory for it. It's just a fact. People will love a song a year and a half ago and then never listen to it again in their lives until someone else brings it back in their lives. You know what I mean? It's not even that hard to remember. Like, it's just the way people are. So only a small amount of people get love, and it's very like fleeting, you know? Like, so Doom is the kind of person that could hang around and be that good for that long, and it's still, you know, it's like those that know type thing. And that's kind of fucked up. And that would never happen in another genre. Someone being that good for 31 years, like,
it kind of happens. Like
publicly
listen,
to have that many albums that are that like
yo,
lauded by the
like,
people who love it,
yeah, man. Like,
and the
think
word
about
doesn't
being
spread. Like,
think about being like an oboist in a
Doom is
symphony
underrated,
orchestra.
man. Rest in peace.
I'm not diminishing what you're saying.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Go ahead. I was just cutting you off.
It was more like take being like a oboist. Like, who name an oboist on earth?
No, I should know more about oboists. I
That's
don't
what I
have,
mean.
like, my
Like,
oboist list.
but that's
I'm a
why
bad-
the worst underrated rapper is doing better than probably a world class fucking oboist. Is the truth of the situation in terms of that fucking level of flowers given.
I'm not like mad for the person so much. They could even be making money while other people are calling them trash and be happy. You know what I mean? It's not so much about that. It's more about like, I don't like the mentality. I don't like that kind of sport where you have to really be the 5 most successful for everyone to even give a fuck about you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that.
You know Merkur Miyagi, right? Like Merkur Miyagi. So he made a Facebook post recently that like, well, he was here, but he's probably in a session now. I mean, Merkur popped in.
He was here for a while.
Yeah. So like, big ups to everybody that came and went and are back and sticking it through. Some people are really stuck it through. It's fucking dope.
Respect, guys. Thank you.
And don't worry about it. This is like an eternal thing. So like a month from now, whatever, it's gonna be on YouTube, edited out, all the fucking little things that are kind of whatever, and it'll be like a forever thing. So people are gonna watch this over time, and that's the beauty of content in this new era. But what Merkur posted that really got me thinking different is, listen, I believe what we're going through right now is called the 3rd phase of industrialization. I don't know how much of the old world is coming back. Like, too many things changed. Like, work from home is not temporary. Like, work from home's cheaper for businesses. It's not more expensive. It's not a temporary. It's a real thing. Just that alone is going to shift so much. I haven't left NDG since September, dude. That's nuts when you really think about it. And I haven't had to. My life's flourished a little bit.
I'm not
So,
missing much.
but what I guess where I was really going with that is thanks Critical. Critical's still with us. That's fucking fire. Critical's a dope MC too, a dope artist you probably don't even know. You should check his shit out later on. That would be fucking fire. But he's a real artist. I love that about him. But what Merker posted was something along the lines of like, nobody's ever going to be that millionaire, billionaire guy. Like, think about it. Eminem is still releasing and owning the charts. How are we ever going to compete? Eminem is still in the game.
The secret is to like the way that the EO Dub Zoom does, for example, is to gather people that have like-minded music taste.
Big
You know what I
facts.
mean? And then you create like a snowball effect of momentum, where it's like, oh yeah, you like that, I like that, you like that, and then like, well, we can do shows and shit like that, you know, God willing, be able to you know, because all those people they're there. It's not everyone's fault. Like, the thing is, you might have like a person who likes underground rap, right? And they don't know about your good shit that you make because it just didn't get to them. It's just how
Big
it is.
facts.
It's not that they hate, they think you're trash. They might love it but there's just no way for them to hear it. And you have to the science that a lot of people have figured out that I have not is that I figure out is to get to that person. Those people are everywhere.
Let me tell you
They're everywhere.
something.
They're not concentrated, but they're everywhere.
It's called being on social media. Yo, literally, I'm not gonna talk into details. We can talk after the fact, but if you want 1,000 followers on TikTok right now, I can link you up with my dude, and like literally, you get that 1,000 followers, you can go live on TikTok, and then basically what happens is you start creating inorganic reach. The truth is there's no such thing as like here's the world's changing a bit. I have a couple of ideas. I don't know. I'm having trouble staying focused now. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. It's 8.5 hours deep. This is my longest stream of life. But I have
on that segue, I'm gonna take a old TO
vibe going.
Steady records over here.
That's what it is. And I'm like, I was saying to my girlfriend, like, even if like maybe at this moment it's not the most litty part of the stream, it's still like a big thing, man. This is for like the idea of it all, right? Like, who does a 10-hour live stream to dedicate a Montreal thing, you know? Who does that? Who puts that into the world? I don't know. Maybe it's not the best idea. Maybe it's what it is, but I'm enjoying this moment. I'm enjoying the vibe of the situation.
Well, man.
I'm feeling this, dude.
Good.
I think it's a fun time. What we can definitely do, though, is go back to your story a little bit and keep getting into tangents, because we're at the point where you've dropped your first album. And what comes after that shit?
After that shit, like, I ran into like life's obstacles. I'm not gonna get into it, but like, I didn't rap for a long time, and I was like off my game, and I didn't get involved. I didn't do any shows. I wasn't freestyling. I wasn't writing. I wasn't recording.
Okay.
But that helped me because I bounced back, you know.
Right.
And so like, I was in a slump, but like, basically, like, I went to an Evidence show. You know Evidence?
I know who he is. I'm not that familiar with his music, but yeah, I know him.
I went to one of his shows in Brooklyn, like in like February 2018.
Okay.
And it was just like an awakening for me. Like, it was like that whole world that I like tell myself doesn't exist anymore. It hella exists in New York, you know, like. So like, we go to like Evidence show, and there's like hundreds of people there. Everybody's super hyped for this like Puerto Rican Russian dude from California, you know, who's like been around a while, you know, like, and I know he has a following, but I was like, man, like, these people love this shit. And then like, they were playing like Showbiz and AG, like Next Level,
Okay.
which is like a classic song. So I just remember just being in the crowd, and even the songs the DJs were playing, everyone was vibing to it. And I was like, wow, people really still like this shit. And I was like, what the hell, what am I doing? And then like, literally, that was February 1, 2018. And literally a year later, like, we lost Bender, like, my friend and fucking legend.
Right.
One of the best, to me, the best Canadian rapper ever, me included.
Okay.
And so when he passed, I was like, man, like, I have to rap. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you know, like, and he's so good. It just makes you want to be good, you know? So obviously, you know how it is when people pass. We all listen to the shit more, and like, And then, you know, and I was just like, yo, this is crazy. This guy's, I knew this guy. He wrote this shit, like the shit that he did in battle rap, shit he did in music, like just as an artist in general. He's also make beats, draw, writing books and shit. Anyways, he's just a big inspiration to me. So like, I wanted to hold on to that title to say I'm the second best. To me, I'm the second best after him. You know, in our country, like straight up, that's how I feel. And I felt that way obviously when he was around before. It's not just like roses to be nice. Like I always thought, I was always in awe of him, as everyone was. Like everyone was paying any attention. Like I was abnormally good, you know. So yeah, so that's what. But that re-energized me though in a way, because I was like, yo, like what am I gonna do? Like I better rap. Like what am I doing? I'm not gonna just let this go to waste. It's not like I thought I was trash before. You know what I mean? But that's the kind of person to make you try to go a little bit deeper. You know what I mean? To like push your pen a little bit further just from hanging out with him a few times, you know? So big up and rest in peace. So yeah, so that's how I came back stronger than ever. Like I'm the best rapper I've ever been in my life at this point. After all this shit I've told you about, all this shit I went through, like I'm the best I've ever been. Like as we speak, I got better since before I started saying that. And I know that because I've never made that many songs before that were that good. Like as soon as since I've come back, it's been nonstop off like for 2.5 years of just like rapping in some kind of way. Maybe not always like making music, but sometimes recording, sometimes freestyling, performing.
Do you have a 17 joints? Is that the same thing as 16 joints?
I just have 16 joints. I don't have 17.
Isn't it? Is this okay? It might be 16. I don't know. I thought it
Yeah.
was 17. That's the one with all the
joints,
joints on the cover, right?
Yeah, that's the one that preceded second mixtape.
Right.
It was the same idea, like industry beats and shit. That was the first project I ran. So
and then
that's
second
like
mixtape comes out. How does that project come to be? Tell us
No,
a little
music.
bit.
There was music for people in between. That's the album. But second mixtape, was some of the leftovers from 16 joints. Just by Nate, like just because I like rapping on industry beats. You know, it's fun to me, and like I was just on new beats to kill. This time I had a couple of features, and I was like, I'm gonna put this out. And then, but see, the thing is, it's like it was never supposed to be that way. You know, like 16 joints was supposed to come out probably 6 months or a year before it did, because that shit was ready for a while. I made that shit quickly. I made that shit 3 or 4 months creatively, but it just sat. And then Music for People was supposed to follow that, but it was 14 months later. That's not following it. It has to be like within a few months, you know? And then it's just how life works, you know? Like bad things happen to you in between, and then you don't like have the rhythm that you plan to have. And then so second mixtape was February 2019. And that was supposed to precede this album that still hasn't dropped, that I'm dropping, by the way, in like a month or so. Music to my ears. We're dropping that shit in like late January, early Feb latest, and that shit is off the chain, like, with no like form of exaggeration. Like I already have the whole thing ready to go. Like it has to be ready for you guys, you know.
Right.
Just need a cover, man. And the reason why I don't have a cover is because I'm not settling. A lot of people have shown me artwork, and none of it moves me at all. Like, with a couple of exceptions, but for other reasons, I can't work with those people right now. But they're too busy or whatever. But, yeah, man. Like, it's just I don't feel like it's. I was disappointed in the artwork and Music for People. I'm not going to go into it, but I was disappointed. I don't think it's shit, but I don't think it's good, really. And so this one has to be way better. Plus, this album is way better. No disrespect to Music for People, but Justice For is on it. So that's a song that you guys have heard, I guess, that's on it. That's pretty much it. I mean, other than just people that know me, because I've had it, maybe showed it to them, you know what I mean? But no, people don't know it. Or performed it. That's the thing. Some of these songs I performed, but I never put them out. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't feel like putting out music until you feel people are paying attention. And I don't even think enough people are paying attention right now. That's on me. I need to get on all these forums and stuff and get out of this local mind frame. That's like what everybody needs to do. Is like, because we do everything on the internet now anyway, you have more friends in like Finland than you do in your own neighborhood. A fact. More friends in like Senegal than you do in not friends, but I mean like fan friends, like people that actually want to see you succeed and
Yeah,
will properly
definitely.
support you. Yeah.
No, even like with Behind That Suit, oddly enough, one of my patrons is in Montreal. Actually, the first one was in Montreal. I was like, what are the fucking odds about that? And big up Finland and Dave dialect. That's what I'm saying, your lady friend Bonnie. There are people still riding with us. That's why the stream is still
Thank you,
alive.
guys. Thank you for writing. What? We're back in double digits. You got all of the best.
Yo, so it actually happened
Happy
to our
New Year's.
benefit. We had a little gift happen. Warner Music blocked the live stream on Facebook. So I paid
We're
for
out
this
of
little
church.
app that lets me flick a switch and then flick a switch and then it restarts the live stream. Now there's nothing to block
Yes.
here. We haven't played any music. So the
Perfect.
stream's just back live, right?
Perfect.
So maybe we don't play any more music for now until later on.
You know what
But
it
what
is?
it did was
that
everybody got a notification saying we're live again. So people are probably going, oh shit, this shit's still happening? And then a few people just jumped on, is what I predict.
there's another reason, folks, to not do too many industry raps and freestyles, because that's probably why they cut it.
Nah,
I
seriously.
don't think they cut it off of
they do.
Murderface.
No.
They didn't cut it off of Murderface.
No,
they cut
they-
it off of my songs that are other people's beats.
Nah, but it's partly, so yeah, it was the Busta Rhymes was one of them. And it was definitely.
That's it. That's the clincher. That's the one.
So
That's a big
Murderface,
song.
you're right, actually. Murderface got me through pretty clean.
No
If
problem. Stream of Thought,
anything,
no problem. Anything that's ours is no problem.
I don't know if Stream of Thought had a problem. I don't think it did. But I know
Played
you
that
did a
hours
Busta
ago.
Rhymes. So what happened was when I clipped the first video, I saw in the copyright shit because I was like, whatever, I'll start trimming them. That one of them was a Busta Rhymes. And then when I replayed the album, I heard the Busta Rhymes track, and I'm like, oh, okay, I know that song.
That was a
actually.
big song too when it came out. That's not like no small song. They got definitely keeping tabs on that one.
But it worked to our benefit because it kind of because when you go live, it notifies like fucking everybody in a way that it doesn't notify everybody in any other way. So
Correct.
it actually
So
worked to our
restart.
benefit.
Correct.
Maybe
We
what
have
I'll
bigger
do.
numbers than we did. Big up numbers. What's up, numbers?
Yo, what's up? Coolman Logan's a little
Numbers that are
feeling
actually
it.
people. Numbers that are
No,
actually
but that's
people.
what I like about this is that I'm pretty sure for the most part everybody that has been watching is somebody that knows who you are or knows who I am, and they're here for either one of us or both of us.
Probably.
Even like I saw
Sure.
Lo Kelso 786 popped up. Yo, Algo Cerise just popped in. She's wonderful. She came on the stream because of the Chris Chrome interview a way back, and she just keeps popping in, and it's just like it's lit.
Nice.
Like these are like, because when you
Many
see
welcome
the.
guests.
So what I like about like the comment section is you get to see the same names come back. Like Lo Kelso's up in Wales, and I got to learn that about him when we were talking about the housing situation with Lorelai yesterday, because we're fucking talking about housing. It is what it is. And I like the fact that it's like real people that like are actually here, and I don't care if it's like a big number, a small number. I like it if it's a bigger number for sure. But I
Sure.
like the fact that it's
I
not
keep sharing
like,
it. Yeah.
but it's not just like me, my girlfriend, and my dude. It's like actual fucking people that seem to be here, which encourages me to keep talking. Like it tells me that like we're doing something right, even if the whole world doesn't know yet. And that's kind of part of like why we're doing this interview. Because to your argument about getting eyes on you, there is a lack of like ecosystem in our city to really, really put eyes on you.
There's no ecosystem.
It's like
no
we
ecosystem.
kind of put the job of like promoter fell on rapper as much as possible.
There
which
you
is
go.
weird.
So
Like,
I
I'm a
did the
shit
door. I did the door of my own show, like a year and a half
Mm.
ago. That shit is a disaster, man. I don't recommend that shit at all.
Nah, it's better to have like a distribution of labor. But I was talking to Basics about this one time off camera. No, it was an on camera moment, so I can
That
talk
shit
about
is
anything
a
that was an on camera.
disaster.
But like Basics was talking about how like everybody has this ego complex where everybody want to be the mascot and people don't necessarily want to play their roles. So if everyone's trying to be a rapper, everybody's trying to be a thing, then there's not enough people trying to be other things. But like there's all
But
this
Basics
space now.
knows as well as I do, better than I do, that you could go to a scene that's far more competitive and fierce and ferocious, and you'll get way more love.
But it's
He
also
knows. You go to end of the week, there's like 25 people who can rap fire, and they're all giving you love. You go to Montreal, there's 25 people who range from adequate to atrocious, and none of them are showing you love. That's just a fact.
But it's also part of that same idea of you're never famous in your hometown, right?
That's my
Like,
favorite part.
we're never like famous in our hometown, right? Like that's a big
No, that's
part
not
of
true.
life.
But people are though. But people are. Maestro Fresh West
okay.
in Toronto was a huge deal. Like 31 years ago. Think about it. We've never had a Maestro Fresh West. who raps. Bad News played harmonica, but like somebody who raps, but mainly in English, we never had it.
If you say in
We never
English,
had one.
I agree with you when you go to the English
Never.
side. But I think
Not that level of fame.
in a lot of ways, though, okay, so if we want to talk about the Montreal scene on that front, so I saw this little, and this is an idea I'm working, so nobody can quote me on this like hard facts. It's just an idea I'm working. But like I thought about it in like a parallel to the hockey games. It's part of why I'm like so positive with it. So we have our players. That's like you, me, whatever. Those are like players. Then we have our groups. So you can call behind that super group. You can call end of the week a group. All these groups that are out there. And everybody builds brands at these two levels really well. But then the second it gets to the league level, and let's be real, there is no Montreal Canadiens without an NHL, right? There is no great players without the league that binded it all together in the first place.
Correct. You don't just play on the lake.
So, like, at that level, we have the league out, which is where, like, the Montreal scene gets put up to it. So what I think is going to happen, or at least I'm going to actively push for, is this positive branding on the Montreal scene so that everybody has, like, at least you don't have to like it all, but at least acknowledge there's good shit out there. That's all people have to do is just say to other people.
I do.
No, you do. I'm not saying you don't. You don't have to like it all, but you are willing to acknowledge that there's good shit out there. And the more we do that, we can go up to people who are not rappers and be like, there's good shit out there. I don't care what you like. Pick me what you like. I'll find you that person. Imagine if we all did that. Imagine if we all went to our non-supporting peers out there of life.
It has to be someone you don't hang out with. That's the real challenge.
But what if I were to take somebody that I went to high school with and I introduced him to your music?
That's useful. That's
what I'm trying to say.
Right. The same way, yeah. And I would show you someone that's never heard of you.
But
exactly.
Because here's the thing. Not everybody's going to like my music and not everybody's going to like your music. But I know people that would fuck with your music. And maybe you know people that would fuck with my music. So instead of trying to spend all my time trying to convert these motherfuckers who are never, ever, 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 ever going to listen to me. Coolman Logan's pretty dope. We can play his music after. We just had this whole thing on Facebook where it cut us, but Coolman Logan.
Yeah, as long as it's ours, I think it's safe.
Yo, you want to bust a little freestyle? You want to show the people what it is? You feeling that vibe, or do you want to like not do that? I know
you're gonna play the beat.
No, I can't do that. Are you able to do another acapella thing, just real quick?
I could. Okay. I go wherever I like. I don't need a pass. Take the floor from you like trapdoors. I don't need to ask. I'm so good, got you feeling bad. Your boy got them coming back again like a season pass. I'm something like a veteran with a season pass, leaning back, reminiscing about seasons past. How we move really fast. You ain't seen him pass. Seen him at Roberto Bergoli's eating season pass. I won't rap if the beat is trapped. Leave the pad to see for me what the evening has. Put a whole hole in your soul. How you healing that? Spit shit to stick to your ribs like a heating pad. Like a ceiling fan, I propel well. The connections are unexpected like Hell Rel and Raquel Welch. Flow eternal like a swell well. The gift that keeps giving. Yeah, you do it well. I do it well. Crack lips of Nazareth. The most charismatic pacifist. The right will knock the shit out of you. Like a laxative. I'm a star with these words like an asterisk. You want to try to ruin my life? I ain't having it. Oh, shit. I got
That's good, though. But here's the thing. So, like, we got the comment. Very old school, like 90s style, yeah? So that was the comment we just got. I fucking feel it.
Well, I mean, rapping a cappella is, like, I guess...
So, yo, Ismail says lava. Ismail's still with us. That's fucking fire, too. Ismail's been with us for like 8 to 10 hours, probably on it, or all of it, on and off. So that's amazing to see. But, like, I guess what I was going with that is there's more power in me promoting your shit. You know why people fuck with me today? And even you said this to me. It was actually feedback you gave me about myself. Is that all I did for, like, most of 2020 was shed love on other people. Sure, I shared my own shit. But it wasn't sharing my own shit that got me attention. It was all the other people's shit I was sharing and all the other names I was talking about and all the other things I was discovering. And it made me realize that I could make people have more fans. And if other people did that for me in the same vein, we would build up this whole fucking scene. So, and like as Algo Cerise is saying, like she never heard of you before, but now she got to see you bust that fucking freestyle. And it's like, okay, that's fucking cool. Now it kind of creates this bigger platform. And then even at a micro level, everybody can contribute to this, right? Like all I'm saying is if like you're at work and you hear somebody, and I'm not saying you, but anybody listening, and you hear somebody that might like, you know, anybody's tune that you know. Like if they're in a melodic trap, show them some fucking Bamboo Twigs. That kid is really crushing that shit. If they're into this thing, show them that. What you're doing then is showcasing that Montreal actually has this wide array of talented music that exists, and that will inevitably be like their gateway, which a year and a half from now brings them back to Coolman Logan when they're ready for it.
True.
So what I think a lot of rappers forget, because that's how software does it, actually. That's how software fucks with the internet. So I'm just trying to look at what software does really well, and I'm like, what can we get from that? But like, let me be real with you. You want to pop in software, it's no different than being a rapper. And one of the biggest moves you can do is shout out other people so that they shout you out. You retweet a motherfucker, he wants to retweet you. You give love to somebody, he wants to give love to you.
I remember that too.
You share 15 Coolman Logan songs, he might want to show up and do an interview. I'm not saying that these things are correlated. I'm saying that they absolutely are correlated, though. There's a if I never shared your shit one time and I wasn't saying that your song meant something to me, you're not going to want to be as inclined to come give me hours and hours of your time like that, right? So all these things are kind of connected. So in a way that
no, I appreciate it still, man. No, it's still like it's very helpful, you know, and like also the Murderface review is cool, like to give importance to that, because I think it's really underrated for the way that people were kind of like for lack of a better term, like dick riding us when we were around. Nobody listens to that shit, and like, you know, I mean, I guess it's not maybe their fault, but like this is the kind of shit that helps, you know, like to look at it positively, like, oh yeah, like this happened, you know, like this is from your city, you know. And just because it was dropped in 2011 doesn't mean it's trash. Like,
but I think that's the beauty of today. And in a lot of ways, what I think is happening in our scene is, look, there's a toxic period. I don't know a lot about it. We can talk off camera about some theories I have about it that would elaborate some points, but nothing I'm willing to say online. But if you really understand a lot of the behind the scenes shit, like, look, I don't know that we've like had a place that was inherently really built from the ground up by the people in a grassroots kind of way, and you know, where everybody's trying
like
to
a place in. Like a what kind of place you mean?
Well,
like
look at let's talk about the history of hip hop in Brooklyn and shit. I got blessed from like we can even go to Nunzio. It's a big cultural community thing, right? It really birthed out of a lot of people showing up and feeling that moment. You know, a lot of people outside of the artistry and shit. Like, it wasn't just like a bunch of people came and did a bunch of songs and whatever, right? It wasn't like a lot of people trying to make money. It was more like a lot of people trying to get into a vibe. And in a lot of these cities where a lot of waves have happened, it was really community oriented. It was bigger than any one act or artist. It was like a whole momentum that was structured off of like almost trying to better the community through music. It's like some big plays were happening that nobody really talks about. And I don't know 100% of all the issues and a lot of things that went on, because the scene is much bigger than my experiences. But what I've never really seen is an attitude of people willing to just give it away. And most times out of 10, you're going to get to a situation where the resource roles realize that there's a lot of money to be made off of rappers who are chasing careers. That's just kind of a facts of a situation. But here's the thing. All you have to do is make friends with people, and a lot of fees disappear. But people don't want to build relationships. They want to commodify the situation.
Yeah.
Yo, a big thing that changed too is there was only so many spots at that Under Pressure show, you know? But there was no other alternative really. There was only certain movements that were happening, and there was only the people that were involved in those movements that were happening, and a lot of little emulators that were going on, but maybe not a lot. I'm not trying to diss anyone. Sorry, I've been alive for like 9 hours. So if anyone listens to this and feels like it's an
You've been alive for 9 hours, guys.
No, I've been on live. You know,
I'm just joking. Okay, I thought you said alive. My bad.
No, but like, yeah, we just hit 9 hours this stream. That's fucking nuts.
Insane.
My girlfriend's gonna kill me.
That's crazy.
But
Rest in
like,
peace, you.
but like, a lot of the gatekeeping that previously existed, just due to like the nature of the music industry and how things worked back in the day, is gone. So now it's like you really can, like, even if like you can just go on a Twitch and just start doing your shit. And if you just do it for 5 years, I promise you'll have enough supporters, if you're smart about it at least. Unless you're not stubborn. If you're fucking stubborn, you're going to have some trouble. But if you're not fucking stubborn and you're willing to adapt just a little bit, just enough to like, you know, pursue the right opportunities, you can find enough people to quit your job.
I could get more people playing video games than I could rapping.
And then that's fully true.
And then I'll rap after once they watch me play video games.
No, but look at like what Lemef is doing. Shout out Lemef. But Lemef plays Minecraft, which is whatever, and he fucking raps. So what really draws people is that he has a thing in his thing. Follow, and I'll do a freestyle. You can even do a freestyle with Lemef for 3,000 channel points, and like it's a way to engage with it. So I stop playing around. So you know Meyer Clarity?
I do.
He goes live on Twitch now and just does basically freestyle shit, scrap bag style. Like, yo, throw words in the chat, and he just raps for like 2 hours or an hour. So dude, really, you don't have to play video games. You can just go be Coolman Logan online, create those experiences you wanted, and cultivate that fan base.
Rapping.
But
like,
that
for sure,
never,
freestyling is a good way too.
But that never existed before to the level that it exists today, where it really is like, I think all of us can find enough fans to really like pull some shit together if we're smart about it. And when I say all of us, I mean like the whole city could find enough money to
I know I'm like not like too like I'm not too deluded to know that like I've been slacking, you know, like whatever I've done has not been working on that side, on the pushing the music to a bigger audience. Like I've absolutely not pulled that off yet, and it's not over yet, you know, like I still can, but like I know that's not what I'm good at so far. It's not what I've excelled in yet, you know.
I think you crush in the online game more than others. I actually would call you a winner of COVID. And I actually use you as an example of a person who's adapted really fucking well to the environment. And while you might not be the host of the content, fine. Maybe Coolman Logan doesn't want to be the computer geek that sets it all up proper.
No, I do want to be the computer geek, actually. I want to be a computer geek.
Yo, it's just really.
And then I can monetize. Yeah, I want to monetize off being a computer geek. But yeah, no, seriously, you have like since lockdown, I've become way better as an artist because I don't have all the other things that I would do instead of writing. Like, so you just feel like this void, and you're like, "Whoa, what am I gonna do? My favorite thing? Yeah, so I'm gonna make music. You know, I fucking love it. And why didn't I make music at that furious rate when the world was operating? I couldn't tell you, but it's all right. You know, it's better late than never. Like, so it's like, man, like. When you tap into that side of you and you're just like, the only thing between me and everything I want is me, you know what I mean? You just start to kill shit. And you're like, and shit doesn't go well, and you still go, you know? It's like I've been doing this thing called like Song of the Week. I was calling you Tuesdays before. And like, you know, certain times, you know, it's not gotten many like Facebook or YouTube reactions or whatever. Another whole other problem with me not having enough forums and shit. But even that, those reactions were dismal, you know? And it's like never for a second am I not going to do it? You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just got to keep dropping because people can go back and hear it later anyway.
Yo, but dude, your shit's actually doing better than most people's shit.
I know. Like I see people's videos, and they're getting the views of my non-videos, of my like audio YouTube.
Yeah, actually, yo, Coolman Logan.
Like straight up, no disrespect.
Not to say any names. I have people straight up who have flat out told me, I'm so glad Coolman Logan's finally doing this internet shit. People have been waiting for you to come on the internet.
I'm not even doing this internet shit. I don't have my music on Apple and Spotify. Then I would maybe say I was.
That's a facet of it. But yo, I'm actually, when I say internet shit, I mean, go on fucking TikTok and Instagram. That's what I want to see. I want to see you
actually, speaking of video, can we play my only music video ever? Are you able to do that?
Yeah, I think so.
I won't have a licensing problem. I don't think.
And YouTube will get mad at me after for it, but Facebook won't care. So that's cool. Give me a second and we can do that. But yeah, I do think we are getting to the point where we may want to get to wrapping up a little bit soon. It is 11 something. I don't want to ruin a good thing.
Absolutely, yeah. We did our numbers, as CF would say.
And at the end of the day, we can always do a part 2 down the line after your album comes out. Hell, maybe we can even do like a live album review together or some shit like that. What is the name of your track? The one with the video?
I don't give a fuck.
There it is. I found it. I love
Cool beans, man. Thank you.
So I
That's my only
definitely.
video today.
Yo, but it's
The
cool.
Murder Price Owner Show.
Are we gonna get more videos out of you in the future?
Yeah, man. I got a video dropping in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's fire.
I'm gonna start showing little bits of that. You know.
So I just want to thank you again for coming through and doing this. You made the New Year's Day pretty fucking poppin'. We are almost
Thanks,
at the
man.
end of New Year's Day. So the fact is, this was a big ass stream, and a lot of people came through. A lot of people saw snippets of it. We'll share it after. It is what it is. It was a magical experience, in my fucking opinion. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. I know it was just kind of all over, but that's kind of what this is, man. This is
Yeah,
the
man.
vibe. This is the
I'll
real you.
develop my interview skills better, man. Next time.
It's not even like that, though. This is the real Coolman Logan. This is the real you, right? We just talk to you. And in a lot of other places, maybe people want to talk to the character that you put on camera, and that's what everyone else wants on their shit, but that's not what I am here. In fact, it's the opposite. I'm going to break you out of your character and make you go into the real Coolman Logan regardless, so that's what it is. This is the show.
We got plenty of content left for the next one still anyway.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of people stuck it through, man. I mean, a lot of people. Like,
Thanks, guys.
our portion is like 4 hours. So that's already like a lot of people stuck it through, dude. And it's just kind of
thanks for bearing with us. I mean, me, you know, I don't know.
So for everyone that's here, stick around. What we're gonna do is raid Pre-Chancobia's fucking channel if he's still alive. Yeah, he is still alive. So we're gonna do a little raid there. People who are on the Twitch can bump some fucking Montreal tunes and shit over there. I'm gonna do the little outro speed. Thank y'all for watching, everyone.
Look up YouTube. Look up Coolman Logan on YouTube.
Dude,
Song of the week every week.
Everything's going to be linked below for the other people. Everybody else here is going to be able to get you. I'll go Cerise. You can hit me up. I can link you after. But everything's going to be linked below and they watch it later. So thank y'all for watching. Definitely leave a comment. Let us know what you thought of everything. Subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube. Follow, whatever. Like the video. Special thanks to the patrons. Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Prado, Jonathan Barnes, DJ Blackheart, Linda Williams, and Scribble to help support what we do. If you want to follow us, patreon.com/behindthatsuit. It's cool if you're on Twitch. You know, there's that subscribe button. It's also money. But yeah, I love that y'all are here with us. I love that you're gonna make it build. Tomorrow we have Nunzio. It's gonna be a fucking treat. He worked on Bad Boy. It's gonna be a history at end of the fucking week. On that note, everyone, live long and prosper, everyone.